Oh, that was a little bit different, wasn't it?
That was new, and I couldn't see it.
It wasn't meant to be seen.
I could hear it.
And we've got a special guest. Mr. Mark's with us. He's muted himself. Mark, I think you've muted yourself.
You're still muted. Oh, there we go.
It's easy.
I know you don't want me to speak, but bloody hell.
Do we have anyone who's already said hello? Oh, we have
Yes,
Benjamin's already.
I said hello.
Look at that.
Benjamin
And then
is
you
there.
guys have been in the chat as well. How are we all? It's been 2 weeks.
It has. 2 weeks.
It's been
14 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what Mark's been up to because I've been keeping up with him.
Really?
Really?
Hey, see that then? I saw him look down at his big weapon ready to show us.
Shh. Don't tell everybody.
Before we actually get into this, because we may be getting another special guest at a later point.
You've only got me for 10 minutes.
No, we haven't. Hello, Lobot. How you doing, sir?
Lobot.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, we might have another
Andy?
another special guest joining us later. I'm not sure yet.
If he wakes
he's
up.
probably still asleep. Bless him. And we've got someone else as well from Andy TF.
Andy?
Sure. Hello, Andy. 2 Andys. That's not me that said that in the chat. That's Ed, I think. Yeah.
He's echoing on 3 channels.
Yeah, so I'm going to get out of my system my problem with Davros.
That'll take a while.
Straight in there.
My Davros.
Yeah, I'm going to get straight in there just because I'm fairly sure that if this other guest does decide to join us later on, he's probably going to give 2 shits about Davros. So I'm going to get that out of the way. Have you all seen what's gone on with the Davros thing?
I did a video.
Andy has. No,
I
sorry,
did a live stream.
I have observed the Children in Need special.
You've observed? Is that all you've observed?
Oh, I've observed the fact that it's allegedly canon, despite being a gag reel.
Yeah, that's my issue. That's my issue.
Skit.
Yeah, it'd be a fantastic sketch if that's all it was. It's for a good cause. It's for children in need. It probably got a few extra tuckney pieces into the coffers, but
It doesn't have to be your canon.
it ain't Davros.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Davros is disabled. He's the result. Well, what we see of him is the result of an accident when a foul bomb explodes at the side or in the building in which he's working, and it turns him into
Health and safety.
what it turns him into. The Carlids work hard to save him because he's one of their precious genius minds that they've got, and he can help forward their race, and he does. But they designed that wheelchair specifically for him. It contains a life support unit. He's already frigging evil. It's got nothing to do with the fact that he's in a wheelchair. But now we've got to accept that, oh, well, that's not too nice for disabled people. You know, so I'm going to speak on behalf of another group of people, is what Russell T Davies has done. Yeah, that's what Russell T Davies has done. He's speaking on behalf of another group of people, thinking that's what they want. Yeah, I can see what you're doing, Ed. I can see what you're doing.
With a metal hand.
He goes on, having already been disabled and disfigured, he goes on to create the Daleks, and he makes the travel machine looking like his wheelchair. That's how it works. That's the canon. Now we've to accept that he's a fully able man when he's created the Daleks.
Well, is it not theoretically possible that he might then cannibalize that prototype Dalek to turn it into his wheelchair after he gets bombed a little bit later after that scene?
because he shouldn't have started working on the Daleks yet. He doesn't start working on the Daleks until he's half one. Yeah, well and truly peed off with that. No, not necessarily the special, but well and truly peed off with Russell T Davies.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same boat with that.
Yeah. But were I cynical, I might be saying that Mr. Russell T Davies is attracting more attention to the new series of
definitely
science fiction.
He's got me talking about it
by honking people off massively. Perhaps there will be some retro redo of that particular point in time, owing to the fact that we've got a random redo over of a previous Doctor that we've never had before. So maybe we're in a timey-wimey, pockety universe where things aren't happening as they perhaps should for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been touted very much as a semi-prequel to Genesis of the Daleks. Frequently voted the greatest Doctor Who story of all time. I'll just add that little bit in there. And deservedly so. And it doesn't flow. If you watch that and then think that Genesis of the Daleks takes place even a year or two later, it doesn't flow at all.
No.
It's very obvious when he's testing the Daleks' weaponry. Is it the first episode, the second episode? That he's only just given it a gun.
Yeah.
And he's tested it to make sure it works. Well, it already has a gun, doesn't it? And he's also talking about his brand spanking new Mark III travel machine, which was in that prequel. Makes no bloody sense at all. And I'm not happy with it. And if he thinks that kids are going to like it, I'll have you know, I've got a bit of experience when it comes to selling toys to kids. They're going to want to play with an old Davros toy first over a man in a black suit.
True.
Anyway, what were your
thoughts? Are all the Daleks disabled now then?
Yeah, all Daleks are disabled. Yeah. Well, they've only got one eye. They've got no legs. No, I also think he's a bit of a hypocrite.
Just a bit.
A huge hypocrite. He made a point in his little interview that he gave in that Doctor Who Unleashed episode, saying that...
Never will I ever.
No. It was talking along the lines of... I was going to have it queued up and play it, but I ran out of time right before we started. But it was saying that he doesn't want to look badly on people of the past who created these characters. He doesn't want to be pointing finger and making blames. No, do you know why? Because he created a very similar character in the form of John Lumick, who was literally a plagiarism of Davros. Only instead of creating the Daleks, he created the Cybermen. Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, in a wheelchair with a gas mask because he couldn't breathe properly. Well, that's a disabled person, and you created him, Russell T Davies. Do you remember the Titanic episode with Kylie Minogue?
Yes, but he wasn't disabled, that guy. He was poorly, wasn't he?
It was a head in a box.
Huh?
It was a head in a box. So, again, another disabled person. How far are we going to go? Are we going to go on to maybe not saying anything bad about obese people? What about the Slitheen? The Absorbaloff? We've got to be careful. If you're gonna,
There's got to be nothing left.
If you're going to protect one tiny little minority, you've got to protect them all. These are going to be very, very boring episodes if they're all going to be like this. But I'll hand over to you guys now. I've had my little rant.
Do you think that's the? Do you think that's Disney reaching out and?
No, I think it's Russell T Davies. I do.
It's him.
Russell T Davies.
Yeah, it's him. It's all him. It's that's what you get with state-sponsored TV. It's very bland.
Ironically, Kat's just come in. Vader's girl, Darth Vader. He's disabled.
Yeah.
In a suit.
He's got
Really?
no
He's
arms, no
evil.
legs.
He's pretty able for
Can't
someone
breathe.
who's allegedly disabled.
I mean, to be
He's
fair,
bio-
it's nothing new. I mean, it's probably, is it about 10 years ago? Might not be 10 years ago, but there was this thing about not having villains, or antagonists that have facial scars. That was stopped. They canned that.
James Bond, yeah.
Because they felt it was an outdated trope that your villain has a disfigurement or a scar or things like that. But no, it just feels like messing about with something for the sake of messing about with it and to try and score some social justice points.
Yeah.
It's like it's essentially, it feels like nobody's ever been offended by it, but now he's mentioned it, people will be offended by it, and like you say, it will generate more publicity for the show going forward, because again, it's an old trope, there's no bad publicity, so it's no, it doesn't make sense within the context of Doctor Who, not one bit. It's and growing up as a kid watching Doctor Who and seeing Davros, and even now, it doesn't really or ever occur to me that he is disabled. That is just Davros.
Yep.
That is just how he is.
Never the 50 years of watching Doctor Who, it's never entered into my head that that's a disabled guy.
No, I mean, it's like Darth Vader. It never enters your head the fact that Darth Vader's disabled. The disability is completely and utterly irrelevant.
Yeah.
If you're going to boil down, what this is, this basically is, it's identity politics. When you boil it down to that, you're essentially labeling and pigeonholing people based on one specific aspect of their character. So it's like, right, okay, well, you can't do that because you're that, but you can do this because you're that.
Yep.
So it's like, the disability or the infirmities that Davros may have is only one aspect of his character. And to be fair, it's a minor aspect of his character. Yeah. The major driving force behind a character like Davros is his ethics and his state of mind and what he wants to do and wants to achieve. That's what drives him. And to be fair, again, I'm going to say it, people keep calling it a wheelchair. I don't see it now and never did see it as a wheelchair. Again, I just saw it as it was Davros. It was part of him. Yeah. For it to be a wheelchair...
He's part Dalek.
Yeah, he's part Dalek. And the thing is, technically speaking, a wheelchair is something, it's a piece of equipment you use, but you don't live in it. Davros lives in that thing. To my knowledge, only I don't think...
Yeah, it's got a life support system built in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a thing that is taken out of a night and tucked into bed. It's like that. There you go, Davros. Here's your little teddy bear. No, it's none of that shit. That is him. That's part of him. That's who he is.
But I have to say, it was. I mean, not that I'm as big a Whovian as you guys are, but I did love the fact that Capaldi at one point nicks his chair. He says, "I'm having this chair," and it's like. What you should really be asking is, where did I get this cup of tea from? And the doctor just accept it. It's like,
yeah, well, that's the
lazy writing.
That's the mentality of the writers and the showrunners. It's the case of, this is how it is, accept it. Yeah. If you don't like it, it's your problem. It's not our problem. There's no accountability there for them. And also, what knock-on effect is this going to have? Because it will have a knock-on effect for other characters within Doctor Who, and also it may have knock-on effect for other characters in other franchises. Look at Star Trek Strange New Worlds. What's going to happen when it comes time for Pike to be in a chair?
Yeah.
Is Pike now going to be in a chair, or is he not going to be in a chair?
Well,
he's got
to be.
He's got to be, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, though, before last week, you would have said Davros had to be in the chair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's no guarantee anymore. It's absolutely no guarantee. What's next? The Borg. Oh well, I'm sorry, but the Borg, they've got too many appendages. It's like the non-abled sentient life forms. Or it's the kind of thing where once you start, it's very difficult to stop, and it's not diversity in that respect. It's just it's the ripping apart of everything, and it's just basically categorizing and labeling and just segregating, and it's just like saying, right, that's that, rather than just saying, right, okay, this is an evil character who, through an accident, has ended up in this situation, but that is actually who he is now. That's all him. It's got nothing to do with disability or how abled or disabled he is. It's just that's him. Yeah. Anyway.
But it's quite interesting in the sense that it's gone in the sort of opposite direction if this is actually properly a thing, in the sense that he's gone from being disabled to being abled. See what I mean? I mean, if you take something like Star Trek Next Generation, Geordi was disabled from the get-go, and no one batted an eyelid because that's just how he was. And eventually he got able, but it was really gradual over time. And even then it was through implants, I think, generally speaking. And again, no one really called much attention to that, or the fact that he was black, obviously, as a character either. So it was just it just was what it was. And for Star Trek, that's completely normal. So you just crack on, and again, it's just who he is. It's not a thing; it's just who he is.
Yeah. But then again, you could flip the argument round on Russell T Davies and say, right, okay, well, what's wrong with having a disabled character? Why do you feel you have to make this character able-bodied now?
Well, it's not a problem of having disabled characters, is it? It's a problem of having evil characters that are disabled, because it's a bad look for disabled people.
Why is it?
Well, what about all the? I hate to do whataboutery. I don't like the whataboutery, but I'm going to do it. What about all of the scarred, disfigured, and disabled characters that we've got that have been either heroes or good throughout the entire history of fiction?
Yeah, Deadpool.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Deadpool.
Every character that Harrison
Professor
Ford
X is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, Professor X is in a wheelchair. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Yeah.
In a wheelchair, yeah. Every character that Harrison Ford has played, he's got a scar on his chin.
That's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna start doing things like this, like I've just said in my little piece, that it's just. So what? Just because someone who's able-bodied or disabled, they can still be evil. They can still be nasty or bad. Not everybody who is disabled is good. Not everybody who is abled is good.
Spawn.
Spawn's a good
It
one,
really goes back to about a year ago when Ming the Merciless, because it said, because he's an Oriental. Because back then it was a slate on Japan, wasn't it, during the war and things like that, which is back then. But for me, Ming the Merciless is just an alien.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
From the planet Mongo.
He's a green alien.
He's just got exceptionally good taste when it comes to dress sense.
But the thing,
it's a similar type of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But the other thing that Russell T Davies said in his quote, he said about things aren't black and white anymore. There's there's shades of grey in between. It's like, well, it's like that. Well, yes, there are shades of grey in between, and those shades of grey means that you can have disabled people who are complete and utter twats.
The thing is, life is a shade of grey. Nobody's either evil or good, unless it's in a TV show, film, whatever.
Unless you're a straight white male,
and it's not real.
The worst of the
it's
worst.
Not real.
Yeah, straight white males, all evil, evil.
They're all evil, especially ginger ones.
Oh, they've got no soul.
What's an asshole?
But no, yeah,
They're all gingers.
It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
It is.
And
it's pathetic, isn't it?
I don't say this lightly because it's not me, but I said we chatted about this on Monday, didn't we, Gareth? Because like I said, I'm not like this, but with regards to this, I hope it fails. I really do hope it fails because I think they need a wake up call in as much as it's like, look, you're fucking about with something that's 60 years old, yeah, and it's done perfectly well for 60 years without you, or with your minimal input over the past few years, past 15 years or whatever, It's like, it's ego driven, it's narcissism and ego driven. It's like
virtue signaling.
Yeah, it's that as well. But it's like it's this attitude that I'm bigger than this. I know what's best. I know better than everything that's gone before. We've seen it with Doctor Who.
The best thing about it all with this Davros situation is if they don't want negative representation of disabled people, they didn't have to have Davros in that episode.
No, but they wanted the brand recognition that Davros brings to make it popular, to get people to watch, and that's it. That's all it is. It's like
you look at the original series that ran for 26 seasons, I think it was.
Yeah,
Davros was in 5 stories.
Wow!
Yeah, it was in 5 stories, which were the last 5 Dalek stories as well. The Daleks were in Doctor Who every year. The Cybermen were in Doctor Who every year. Davros turning up 10, 12 years into the Doctor Who continuity. He was only in 5 stories. You don't need to have Davros in your content if you think that he's problematic in any way. You can have a Dalek story without Davros.
Yeah, just don't have him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you're wanting to have positive representation of disabled people, you've good, kind-hearted, heroic, disabled people in your episodes.
Or another way they could have done it. I find it quite hypocritical in the respect that I think it was it a couple of days before the Children in Need thing aired. Russell T Davies said that he was retiring the Daleks and the Cybermen for maybe a season or 2 because he feels they've been used too much, and then he does that. If you don't want Davros to be disabled or in the chair or the life supports, whatever you want to call it, if you don't want him in that, write a meaningful story that gets round that. So you have something with the Daleks, something's going wrong. They use some kind of time jump or time manipulation to go back to bring Davros to help them. But something goes wrong and it ends up being the Davros of before his accident. And then you've got him then in a current timeline and story with how you want to portray him. So you still have the other Davros, but then now you've got this new thing because of they've had to bring him forward in time. So then anyone watch it, because essentially now, with Russell T Davies saying this is canon, it's essentially wiped out Genesis of the Daleks. It's overwritten.
Not for me, it hasn't. Not for me.
No, I know, but if we're going to use this term canon, then it's essentially wiped that out. So that Davros no longer exists.
I mean, it's an interesting thing with what they're doing with the Trek shows, because they're kind of, they had to reinvent the look of the Enterprise, despite this being now in Strange New Worlds. I'm thinking of here. It's an earlier Enterprise, but clearly it's not the one we remember from the original series, because it is more bang whizzy, and on the inside, the sort of the layouts and everything else are very different. But it's interesting because they're accepting. They seem to be more accepting of the fact that they've literally written themselves into a corner, because the only time they can play with is that little sort of element before they hit the Kirk era. And so, but they are at least they seem, to my mind, to be playing it by this sort of unwritten rule book that, as you say, you don't, unless you've got a bloody good reason for it, you don't break what's gone before, because otherwise we're in Kelvin universe territory, and you've just kind of wiped out everything that's happened post X year in the original series. So it's kind of, for him to have done that and called it canon is pretty random in like a 3-minute slot for charity.
Yeah,
very, very odd. Unless he's going to retract that at some point and just say, ha ha ha, jokes on you kind of thing. I mean, I don't know, but It's a bit strange.
Well, what they should have done is they should have Doctor going back and saving him before he has an accident or something like that.
They kind of addressed that, didn't they, in the
They
Peter
almost
Capaldi
did once,
story?
didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that that's what the Doctor had done because they had child Davros stuck in a minefield, and straight away people were thinking, "Oh, this is what causes him to be in the chair."
Right.
But it was a
Make sure he
child,
lost
obviously,
those.
at that point. But it's an accident that happens much later than that causes what it did to him. But yeah, they addressed it a little bit, but they were going to have him he was debating with himself whether or not he should leave him to be blown up or whether or not he should save him. But obviously, it's the Doctor, isn't it?
That's Genesis of the Dalek sphere again. All over
It is, yeah. Again, to try and make their new crap look good, they keep going back to these classic, iconic moments to try and bolster the rubbish that they're making. It's really irritating.
Well,
Just concentrate on what you're doing and forget what
no original ideas.
But the problem is they don't want to lose our generation because our generation have deep pockets and long memories. So they know that if they chuck in enough sort of Easter eggs for the oldies, they'll have a core guaranteed audience, and they've got to demonstrate that somebody somewhere is watching it for it to carry on getting made. So that they themselves are in a rock or a hard place.
Yeah,
What's that? At least one. There's one out there.
I'm lost. I'm hoping that William here means the Discovery time zone that it's set in. I'd much rather see Star Trek happening moving forward rather than keep going back to the past and trying to shoehorn in stories or series or whatever else. I'd much rather see things carry on after Deep Space Nine and Nemesis. But
after Picard.
That's called Lower Decks.
Well, it's meant to be into the new Enterprise G is supposed to be the new series, apparently.
That was going to be Star Trek Legacy, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, Captain Seven.
With whatever her catchphrase is to go to war.
Season.
Yeah, on the thing with Star Trek is it's. I mean, I suppose that you could, if you were generous, you could excuse Strange New Worlds basically because of the time that it's made. It's made in a more modern. It's made now.
Yeah.
So so our technology that we can use to make these shows has improved from the 60s.
They have to do that. They have to.
Yeah, we get that. However, the thing is, with my personal opinion with Strange New Worlds is that, like you say, you have to be careful because you are in uncharted territory. There's not many. Well, to my knowledge, there's not many canon stories that focus on Pike pre the Menagerie, which is where we first see him, although the unaired pilot. So, there's a bit of a grey area there. The whole thing with Spock and Michael Burnham is just like, no, get in the fucking seat. It's just like, no, that is just basically taking a vapid, hollow character and welding it to Spock to try and get it some traction. It's like, no, get out of here. And that thing about, the episode where they get sent into the 32nd century, it's like, oh, you have to promise never to talk about this. Spock's like, yeah, no worries, I'll never talk about it ever again. It's like, no, get bent. There's no way you've got a friendship like what Spock and Kirk have that he would never, ever mention that. I mean, okay, people use the argument, oh, well, he never told him about Cybok. And it's like, well, Cybok is a bit of a different situation and scenario, yeah?
Well, it's something that brought shame and embarrassment to them, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But also, as well, you've got to accept as well is, I mean, the whole Cybok thing is, again, it's a horseshoe in just for the story, yeah? It's like, I think intentionally Spock was intended to be an only child. That's why he had such a difficult upbringing, being half human and an only child on Vulcan. But no, they just it's this. It just seems to be this modern group of writers that cherry pick certain things from established franchises and try to self-insert themselves or their ideology into it to try and get it out there, because I think they know that if they were to, it's like the character of Michael Burnham, and if we take that for an example,
interesting.
If that character was written on its own for its own science fiction show, I think it'd just bomb really hard. But because it's got the name of Star Trek above the door, like Rey and Kylo Ren, you've got the name of Star Wars above the door. So it's like, oh, it's Star Wars, it's got to be good. It's like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be good.
Come on, the second ever Star Wars production.
Romulan War was 100 years before.
The second ever Star Wars production. Holiday special? Not all Star Wars is good.
No.
Hey,
no.
Hey, I like the holiday special.
I'll tell you something though. I'd rather watch the holiday special on continuous loop than watch the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. Or Book of Boba Fett.
I'm not sure about that.
I mean, Book of Boba Fett. It were nice to see Boba, but it were just like you've done him wrong. You have done him wrong.
Keeps taking his helmet off.
Yeah, I'm still strongly of the opinion that the Mandalorian is. I think that was the show that was written for Boba Fett. That should have been the Boba Fett show.
Well, it was, wasn't it? It was meant to be.
Yeah, but it just wasn't meant to be. I just don't. Yeah, no. I won't go there. I'll probably spend a good couple of hours talking about that. So no, we won't. We'll leave that alone.
That's a story for another time.
It is, yes. Yeah. That is a story for another time. Oh, what are you doing with that lightsaber? Fucked if I know. He told me to. He just give me it and said, "Here."
Did it come with a hand?
Yeah, I believe there was a hand. Maybe it's grown into another Luke Skywalker, and that's the Luke Skywalker that was trying to kill Ben.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, 100 years and no discovery of Michael Burnham win-win. Sorry, I missed that because I haven't been keeping up with comments.
just no.
Meant to be a
Burnham,
movie
please.
Wasn't what meant to be a movie?
Yeah, there wasn't.
Boba Fett was supposed to be a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Josh Trank that directed it, but because of the failure of Fan 4 Stick. Because of the failure of Fan 4 Stick, they took it away from him, didn't they? I'd actually quite like to see that original, because the idea was that the Boba Fett movie and the Han Solo movie were going to be taking place at the same time, and you would see one or two scenes in the Han Solo movie, and then you would see them from the other perspective in the Boba Fett movie, and that sounds a little more original, and something different. I'd like to see that.
Last Jedi killed that.
And we saw Maul at the end of Solo as well, didn't we?
The Last Jedi killed a lot of things. Sorry, Andy, what was that?
We saw Maul in Han Solo, didn't we, as well? I mean, I'm not sure
right at the very end.
Watched it, but yeah.
That was not been addressed since.
No. And I'm sorry, this may be an unpopular opinion, but Maul died on Naboo.
Says the guy who's been watching through Clone Wars.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean that I have to agree with everything.
Yeah, but those spider legs are cool.
The thing about it is, Darth Maul is.
Now, where's the Black Series of that?
Yeah, he is a good character, but it's like, come on. I know it's a science fiction show and this, that, and other, but there's only a certain amount of suspension of disbelief that you can stretch to, and it's like, it was chopped in half.
No, there's always a magical healing trampoline at the bottom of every hole in every series going, don't you?
And Qui-Gon got stabbed one
except for Han Solo, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and poor Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah. It's like now you get stabbed with a lightsaber now, and it's like, oh, 'tis but a flesh wound. It's like, so. I mean, I can't even remember her name. That's how memorable she is. What's she called?
Sabine.
No, from the Obi-Wan series.
Padawan. No.
What do they call her?
Oh, Yeah, the youngling that survived the 66 order.
Reaver.
Yeah,
That's
Reaver.
it.
That's it.
Vader, while he was still all golden locked and looking a bit like Anakin, stabbed her as a child with a lightsaber, and she survived.
Stabbed her
And
twice.
then she grew up and became Inquisitor. I mean, I don't even agree. I don't even like the Inquisitors. To be fair, I don't like the concept of the Inquisitors. But you know, but anyway, and then she's an adult. She gets stabbed again, and she survives. It's like, oh Jesus, you know. It's just
Is there any law to say that a Padawan's lightsaber is less powerful than a Jedi Knight's lightsaber?
There's a setting on them to make them non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
is there?
But that's on the training lightsabers, not necessarily the ones that a Padawan would be carrying when on missions
In the
with
field.
their master.
Where's this tidbit of information from, Gareth?
His head.
I'm guessing it came from the. No, it's not from. I've pulled it out of my head, but it got in there. Probably
It's his
from the
head.
Jedi Apprentice novels that I read after Phantom Menace came out.
Right. Are they canon?
No,
or
they'll
are
be
they
they'll
legends now?
be legend. They'll be legends now. Yeah.
Right.
So if Hasbro do a spider leg mall, they could repurpose the legs for a Bowmar monk.
No, they're long thin sticks, aren't they?
Yeah, no, but you know what, Hasbro, they'll do it. And
Gold
I am actually secret. I might be on one of the panels soon.
It's not a secret now.
It's not been a secret for a while.
Yeah. So I'm
Who
gonna
picked you? You
have to find out about
that then.
Hasbro Star Wars because I've not been following it for a long time. Thanks, Hasbro.
Better start catching up then.
Hashtag not my Hasbro.
Hey. I won't sell out.
But now I've just done all that whinging and moaning about Doctor Who, but to show I've still got love for it, I've just opened up a new toy that I bought.
Well, when you do the panel, Mark, ask them or tell them we want a Sand Trooper in the new Stormtrooper mold.
All right, yeah.
Because you know we've had every other variant of Stormtrooper in that new mold. You know, so we want a Sand Trooper.
Yeah, I've got one of those as well.
Yeah, I nearly got that. I nearly got that set.
I literally bought an extra one of those just so that I could take the Colin Baker out of it and put it in with me figures in my display case.
You only had
Which
one
is
left,
where these are going.
20 quid. I don't believe it.
That's dirt cheap, is that? Yeah. Yeah, they're 22.
Yeah.
Hold it up again, Mark. Hold that up again. Snap.
Ah! I won't show me Davros.
Show it.
No, because it's. Go on then.
No, I know what you mean, Mark. Specifically for tonight, I took the wheels off my chair just in case it offended anybody. You know,
That's the worst thing about a live stream is the post-apocalyptic event that you've got to put everything back
on your desk. Yeah. Or could have got the spider legs from what the Daleks would have had back in the 90s. I remembered that actually. We were going to have spider Daleks, weren't we, at one point?
All right, cool.
Oh my god!
And they actually do exist in one of the books. I think it's War of the Daleks by John Peel. Fantastic book. Really, really good book.
John Peel. Oh, did you take a break from Radio 2?
Different John Peel, I believe. My Davros has healed his hand.
I'm free.
And he's just about to start the YMCA.
I'm going to say
Is
it's
that
Disco Davros.
I'm going to complain to the BBC.
Gareth, is that a
Davros is. I'm able-bodied.
Yeah.
And he's evil.
Mel's fallen over.
So were we at some point? Was part of the plan for tonight to discuss toys that we had in our childhood that would now be worth shed loads that we've gotten rid of?
Certainly was, yes.
Really? Nobody told me.
You don't attend the staff meeting, Mark. We know what to expect.
No.
Well, I was going to add you to the actual council, Mark.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be a special guest or what, but
well,
I feel special, but not in that way.
Do you remember when
special.
Do you remember when I said, Gareth, that you were in my head when you showed me that auction on the WhatsApp earlier? Do you remember?
You didn't buy it.
No. I'd already bought it.
All right, okay. So that's the LGBT Star Destroyer.
This is a.
I had that as a kid.
This is a Poppy Gatch
just not.
But it isn't the one that I had when I was little.
Not Battle of the Planets, is it?
It is. No, but
it's not, is it?
It's not. No, but they badged the boxes as Battle of the Planets in the UK. That's the funny thing. And yet it wasn't at all in the show here that I remembered at all. But I think I got this when I was really little. This is like a 4-year-old me memory, if I'm right about the timings of these. But this isn't the one that I had. When I looked at this on auction, I thought for all the world it was the one I had. But when it showed the underneath of it, I thought that can't be right because I remember it splitting in 5, and this one doesn't. This one is actually a tiny version of the one that I had, which I'm still looking for. So this is
the bigger version separates into 3
exactly.
sections.
There's one version here,
it does,
and then another one here. So this is PB94, Poppy PB94. The other bigger one that splits is actually sort of 93 to 89. So it's a completely different set, but it was always sold as 5, it seems, acting as 1. You know, and they came in a big sort of display box, which there are a few examples of, but they are bloody pricey. Someone's got one on for 2,000, and I'm like, well, if you can sell it for that, then you know, all power to you. But I don't think it's what it's going to go for because ironically, I didn't buy this as this. I took a bit of a punt. I bought the back bit on an auction that had the worst photos ever, and I bought a front bit to go with a back bit and cross my fingers that they would actually fit together when they both arrived, and they have because it's still sitting there and it's not dropped off yet, which I'm quite impressed by because it took a little bit of jiggling and pokering to get it on, but it's got the arms, so it's quite complete. It's quite a nice overall complete, and I paid about half of the asking price for a complete one by getting it in 2 separate bits. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's really heavy as well. It's really metal. I actually like it. It reminds me of the bigger one, but it also meant I confirmed this was not the one that I was thinking of, basically, by getting this. So it'll be interesting to do as and when, if I manage to get the bigger one, obviously I'll do a video looking at the two of them alongside each other. But they're very, very similar. If you didn't know, just looking at because like on eBay photos, unless someone's put something in it for scale, like that is a shining example of why you might end up with something completely different to what you thought you were getting if you didn't do your research on it, because it looks for all the world from certain angles like the really big, like the bigger one anyway. So I'll show it to you if I manage to get hold of one, as I say. But yeah, it's fun to have it back though, even if it isn't the one I had originally. It was still a nice thing to look at, and in fact that could take me down a believe sort of poppy black hole as well. Because I mean they did some lovely stuff, lovely stuff, but it ain't cheap when it's in good condition at all.
Yeah, I know.
Like a bit of poppy.
So what else did other people have then? Because I mean, I had one of those which ostensibly is worth shed those if you had it in a box with all the little plasticky bits that apparently it came with that I don't remember at all. But like gold phoenixes don't do too badly, it seems. And of course, Terrahawks are doing quite nicely in boxes as well. You know, I've seen quite a few of those. I mean, I don't know what they're actually selling for because I haven't really researched that. But you know, I've seen a few that are on now for stuff, and it's like some of them I just chuckle at because like they're clearly completely busted, and they're still asking daft prices for them. But I just don't know whether anyone will ever pay the daft prices for them, and that's the thing, isn't it? Because they're only really worth what someone will actually end up paying for them. So
true.
This is it, isn't it? This is it.
I think they were quite expensive when they first came out, though, as well.
But well, that's the other funny thing about these though, because the biggest set of this that I got, I just asked the guy who was selling one sort of, I think about sort of the year on the packaging and stuff, just to see if I could sort of narrow it down anymore. And he just sort of told me that basically he got it for a birthday, but his parents had got it for him from like a newsagent's. And the weird thing about that is I could swear mine came from something as random as that as well, because I associate it with Anglesey and quite a remote bit of Anglesey where there would have been no dedicated toy shops. It would have been a newsagent's job. But how on earth a Poppy model found its way into a newsagent's, like a big Poppy model now as well. I'm reasonably confident that's where it might have come from. I definitely remember having the Phoenix in Anglesey, with the little yellow, sort of vehicles inside it, the sort of the God Phoenix. And again, not the one we saw in Battle of the Planets cartoon in this country at that time, but presumably was something that they imported from like the second Japanese series of Gatchaman. And yeah, for some reason that must have come from a newsagent's, and I would think it's quite a good quality toy, for the most part. So it's just odd that the newsagents would be selling these random imports. But it's obviously that we're getting into that time when Japanese toys were being rebadged here and just sort of presented in a completely different fashion. You could just pick them up, So yeah.
Interesting. Nice piece, though. Very nice piece.
Yeah, it is.
That's
cool.
I tried thinking, and I think I've said this before. When I was a kid, I didn't have loads of toys. I had quite a lot of die-cast, but it's not something. It's not something that I've brought with me into adulthood. I had lots of sort of like Corgi and Matchbox, and things like that. But and Thomas the Tank Engine Trains, I had all the ones that you could get up until when I stopped watching. But they're not something that I've looked to try and get back. So it's more the sort of things that when I first got an interest in figures, which I never really bought many of or never got many of, because by then I was getting a little bit too old for toys.
Of course you are.
Which is why I've more than made up for it as I've got older.
Of me all.
But there was one that I had, and I've had it back once or twice since, and I've sold it every time, and I regret it every single time as well. And it's the Darkwing Duck by Playmates, which is about so tall. I think it's listed as a 12-inch Darkwing Duck, but he's sort of like crouched over a little bit. He's got a fabric cape and his plastic hat with his hand open for a gun that he never came with. Never ever came with the gun.
Character toys?
It was by Playmates. Yeah, in fact, yeah, hang on a second. I do have one that I can show a picture of somewhere. If I can be bothered. Share screen, Darkwing Duck. There we go. Do we see him?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I always wanted, but never got that. Was it the Quack Jet or something that it was called? I can't remember now. But I wanted that, and I wanted.
I do appreciate that as a concept.
You just see the bike there at the bottom with the sidecar. I wanted that, but never ever saw it in any shops anywhere. Yeah. And that's it. That's all I can think of. But I think to get one in a box now, it's like 100, 150 quid for one of those Darkwing Ducks. It sells for about 50 quid loose. That's not the last two that I've had. I've sold at 50 quid loose, and I was like, keep it, or I should put the price up so people won't buy it.
That's one way to test how much people will pay for it. I also got this. This was one of my random eBay pickups, the Super Kings. But I think I had this. I think I had this. And I love the fact that the ramp comes down and sort of fits back on, and it's got a proper piston, so the ramp does go up and down. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to use that as a display piece for some of my other cars, which will just happily go on top of it. But the actual the actual sort of tractor element of it. I remember the wheels for some reason. It's just something about the feel of them really takes me back to childhood. But I think also the look of these reminds me a lot of Thunderbirds. Just the way they did that
Well,
sort of
Are they
quasi.
not the same wheels as on the Adventure 2000?
They would have. They probably got adapted. Some of them probably got adapted for Adventure 2000. Yeah, absolutely. But this one is just a sort of. It's just one they sort of did. They just made them look like, you know, sort of relatively sort of futuristic-y sort of vehicles, just because I think that obviously one of their designers just had that as a sort of penchant of theirs, and they thought they'd do fairly sort of modern-looking vehicles for some fairly sort of communal garden, you know, everyday concepts. I think that's probably why. But yeah, I just really like the look of it. It's typical eBay random sort of. But that one really did sort of. I really did think that. I think I had that at some point, and that's just kind of what made me pick it up. Not valuable, I don't think at all, but just, you know, one of those little ones that just sort of takes you back. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's that futuristic stylings, I think, that I liked at the time, because I think it did remind me of shows like Thunderbirds when I saw stuff like that. Even though it's nothing to do with Thunderbirds, obviously, you know, it's just. But it looked like they were trying to do that similar sort of style with those. So I was like that as a range, I suppose. Yeah.
I see what you mean. I think a lot. I've never even watched Thunderbirds. I've seen bits of it, obviously.
Yeah.
I've seen bits. It's before my time, Mark. Come on, I'm not as old as you.
Hey, it's before my time.
It's before everybody's time. I mean, it's so old, and yet it's lasted so incredibly well.
But I do recognise that look and that feel whenever I watch any of the old Godzilla films, because when it goes to the model work and they've got the ships and the jets and everything, I always think that's so Jerry Anderson.
Yeah.
And then I look, it's like, hang on a minute, which came first?
Well, see, I mean, a lot of people who worked on Anderson went on to do a lot of sort of Hollywood stuff. So, you know, 2001 and all that sort of stuff is probably people who cut their teeth on Anderson shows back in the day, you know. So it has influenced a lot of stuff going down the years. There's no two ways about it. So, you know.
Is Lobot still with us? He was with us at the beginning, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. It's gone quiet.
Talking to Thunderbirds.
So what about you, Ed or Mark? Anything you could think of that you regret losing from childhood?
Well, something I got today.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's still here.
Not what you're thinking. Not what you're thinking.
No?
This.
All right, okay, yeah.
All right. Cool.
It's not actually this one. I've seen the one that I had, and it's not this one.
It's not that
So
one.
you bought that.
It's very similar. It's the same Tim Pone. Tell you what, all these soldiers are actually still in it. I think that they're worth more than the bloody train set. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of spare space in the house I lived in. I had like an attic, so I had like a scale electric set out, and the train set out. So I'm quite lucky.
That's something I've always wanted, is a train set.
Yeah, the new small size, they look good, but they're more expensive than the normal below gauge.
It seems to happen, does that? They go smaller and smaller, and the prices go up.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I can remember years ago, I had a series of movie. Ed did as well. Movie 118 scale cars, and I got rid of them, and then I decided I wanted them back at some point. And I was like, no, they used to be like 30, 40 quid each. Now they're 80, 90. No, I'll go for the 143rd scale. The 143rd scale are just as expensive.
Well, it's supply and demand, isn't it? The supply shrinks. If demand stays constant, you get higher prices. Simple as. So, yeah.
What's that you've said there, Andy? Funnily enough, Star Wars had to avoid Space 1999 rip-offs, but I'm not so sure how much crossover there was. Okay.
Yeah, because the Space 1999 Eagle was very, very close to
the
the
Millennium
Millennium
Falcon was meant to look
design.
like an eagle.
Yeah. So they had to avoid that. But I don't know if the designs were the same.
Yeah.
Oh, how can are you trying to butter us up for something? And I know I need to get back to you over that thing. I will do. I promise.
You know what the butter's used for?
What's that? Sorry.
You know what the butter's used for?
Well,
steady now.
Yeah. We're done then. What are you wanting to do then, Mark? Are you wanting to carry on being a special guest, or would you like to be a full-time member?
I'm very special, so you know.
He's special enough already.
We'll see. You'll have to be good. Keep buttering me up. No.
It's just if you want to become a full-time member,
making butters.
A full-time member, you do have to fill in the application form.
Oh, I'm not showing my penis again.
And again, and remember to submit your membership fee.
Well, I'm a bit skint at the moment, so
yeah. Why?
I'll show you my big weapon if you want.
Are you wanting to show your toy off?
Shall I show you my big weapon?
Go on then.
I don't know if it'll fit on screen. It's that big.
It will if you stand back a bit.
Oh. Look at that. Legs fold up.
Head's back.
So you can take the stock off and have it as like a machine gun, like a Tommy gun. But you can take the pistol off as well.
Tell you what, let's.
My brother had one of them.
Yeah.
When he was a kid.
Probably better showing you the other way around. You can take the pistol off.
Oh wow!
So it's called Johnny 7 because it's got 7 different elements to it.
Ah.
Okay.
I see what they did there. So that appears to be. Whoa!
It had 7 different mechanisms.
Yeah. Well, that appears to be remarkably. So what year does that hail from, then, Mark?
1964. This was first made.
Wow.
I'll turn it around.
60 years old and its spring's still working, assuming it's the original. Wow.
How long did they manufacture them for?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm doing a bit of research, so I'm trying to find out how long they did go for. No, I don't think they went for that long. All these fire out, these separate bullets fire out, and they are deadly. They are bloody deadly. You wouldn't be able to make this these days. Got the missile there. They've got another launcher there. It's got a cap gun. It's just awesome.
It's properly loaded for bear, isn't it? I mean, it's a very Rambo-esque,
awesome.
isn't it?
Bloody awesome. I think the best bit is the little white bullets that shoot out because they do really fly. Oh,
is that the first time you've had one then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really know about them until about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Obviously, going around the toy shops.
Yeah, I think I've seen one on a video before now. But that's as much as
Joe at Leicester's got one, and I've always like that. But
got in the box, didn't it, as well?
Yeah, I do need the box. I need a box for it, really. But they didn't just make this, so made all sorts of stuff. They didn't made a helmet. They made some walkie-talkies and things like that.
Cool.
So it did go to America as well. I don't know how long like I said, I don't know how long they did make it for. And the thing is, it all still works.
Yeah.
60-year-old and it still works.
Oh, all the other stuff that I've had is still, doing remarkably well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy,
Right.
Really good condition.
Andy, that Super King thing that you just showed, yeah?
Yeah.
I had one of those as a kid.
And you as well. We have very similar tastes in stuff, didn't we? It's funny.
But the thing is, I'm going to show you a photo now. It's not on this photo, but I did get it the same year as all the other stuff on this photo.
Cheers, Mike.
Wow.
Hornby. Is it? Yeah, Hornby.
Yeah, so
Zoom in.
Yeah, that's the Hornby.
Is that not it there almost?
Oh,
I think it's similar cab, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a similar cab.
That is a fire engine. It's
a
fire engine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fire engine. Then you've got
Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel wacky car.
Wow.
Then you've got this. I love that little tractor and digger. That snowplow thing used to come off the front. I loved that truck because that was like a plastic aeroplane that used to come off and you could fly around with. Then you've got like a skip truck. That was like an army tanker truck. Now, I've seen. Oh, I think it was one of the Bolton videos. They did that. Matchbox did that in various different colours. And I had a couple of different colours of it, like a white one with an SO tanker and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got an Action Man there.
Is that Evil Knievel there? What's that?
No, that I'd still need to track that down. I know on that it was a pneumatic thing. So basically, it was like a grey ramp. I think my mum's holding the ramp. Yeah, my mum's holding the ramp there. That's the ramp part.
Oh, I pump it, yeah.
And then that piston thing there, plugged in the top. You put the motorbike there on that red bit, and basically it was pneumatic, so you pump it and then flick the lever, and the bike could then go shooting off.
Wow.
But yeah, that was and then that board with the track on. My dad made that with the track on it.
We had that in a garage. My dad did something similar as well. Yeah.
But yeah, that car transporter truck thing that you just showed, that's probably still waiting to be opened at that point. But that would have been 70 something.
Yeah.
At the TV.
Yeah. With buttons.
The sausage dog. Look at the sausage dogs. Anyway. But,
Mike, if you wish to join us, I did send you a link to your Instagram. So if you wish to join us, you're welcome to, and that's how you do it.
But no, I to answer Andy's question about something that I had, or that I'd no longer have, that may be worth something or whatever, things like that. Yeah.
78.
78. Right. Yeah. It's probably about right then. It'd be just like dinky stuff and corgi stuff and things like that, cars and stuff, me Eagles, I wish I still had me Eagles, I'd had the 3 different coloured ones, the Thunderbird 2, the UFO Interceptor, the Spectrum car, from
It's funny because I haven't bothered with the Spectrum cars because I don't have a thing for Captain Scarlet.
Right.
For some reason, that's not lodged in my head. I mean, I think I saw it at the time, but I just never really took to it. So I haven't bothered going after
an Ed Straker car.
Pursuit Vigor. Oh, they're bloody expensive, aren't they?
Sorry, Mark.
I've seen them.
Ed Straker, yeah.
Right.
They ain't cheap.
And then there were other stuff like, the Gran Torino from Starsky and Hutch, and then there was the Buick from Kojak, and all the the TV show cars. Yeah. Things like that.
Rockford Files.
Yeah, they all came with like a little figure. Well, the Starsky and Hutch one came with 3. There were
still need Hutch,
and then a robber or a bad. But I think the thing that I have now that's probably worth the most from something similar that I had as a kid, it would be this.
Let's Starsky. I need a Hutch.
Oh, cool. But yeah, so I didn't have this. I didn't have this as a kid, but I had something very similar to it. But I have this now, and this is probably what is worth quite a lot, and it's that.
Oh wow!
Nice.
They go for quite a lot of money now to them.
Oh, I can remember buying that.
The toast rack.
The toast
It's funny actually, 'cause even you showing me that, I can sort of picture what the Amiga boxes looked like in the day as well. Isn't it funny when it takes you back? It just like sort of like a slideshow in my head. It's weird.
Back to the shelf you go, and it works. It all works. It's but it doesn't see the light of day very often. It's too nice to play with. But yeah, so those are the only things I can think of. There is something else that I do have, but it's packed away and I haven't got the time to get it out. I'll get it out for the next Cosmic Council and show it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree. It's the kind of thing that when you were kids, you just played with your toys. You didn't think to keep them nice. I mean, the only ones I did keep nice were when I first got Soundwave and Megatron. And for months after I finished playing with them, I used to put them back in the box and then put the box under my bed.
God bless you.
Yeah. But then it got to the point where I think it was my mum, and she was just like, you're going to get rid of the boxes. There's no point. Just put them in your toy box with the other stuff.
Yeah.
And so
we all know that.
Yeah. The boxes went. The boxes went. But interestingly enough, my toy box was a cardboard box that, funnily enough, a Spectrum came in.
Of course.
And the box, I had Astro Magnum, which is the knockoff version of Shockwave. That box, so the Astro Magnum would go in the Spectrum box with all my other Transformers. The Astro Magnum box was used to store all my Action Force figures. So it's
it's a funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
just
really
madness.
is.
Absolute madness. But no, I don't know if you heard me mention that my elder brother, had that Johnny 7 gun as a kid.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a lot older than me. Like he had that in the 60s as a kid. So it's. I think as a kid, I can remember. I think all that was left by the time I rocked up was like, is it the grenades that go on the top?
Yeah.
I seem to recollect seeing the grenades like in a cupboard or a drawer somewhere. Yeah. But he also had, I don't know if it's related to Johnny 7 or anything, but it was like a big tank that had
Jumpy!
It had like it had a firing mechanism on the turret. It was a really huge thing because I can remember as a kid taking the turret off and sitting on it to ride down the next door neighbour's driveway.
Wow.
But the brakes weren't very good, so I always ended up going through the fence at the bottom of the driveway. There's like this kid-shaped thing. I'll have to see if I can try that. Find that tank thing. I can't. It was a huge thing, and it used to fire. Fantastic. It had like a cocking mechanism at the back, and you put torpedoes or whatever in. It used to fire them out.
Right.
And it had electronics on it. I think there was like a speaker thing, a thing that it maybe made sounds and stuff. I'll have to look it up for next time.
Yeah. Like I said, they did make a lot of Johnny 7 related stuff, so maybe they did.
Yeah.
I'm watching some walkie-talkies at the moment on eBay.
All right.
Still in the box as well.
Yeah. Johnny 7.
I remember having I had a kit that was remote controlled. I used to drive it on the frozen pond at my parents' house. That was probably deeply unwise, but it was a very frozen pond, fortunately. So it never went the way you might imagine. That was definitely, and it had the light at the front as well. So, I mean, that was epic. I don't know.
I tried having a quick look then, see what other Johnny 7 stuff there was, and it literally just brought up the same gun. many times.
It's like a helmet There's a helmet and walkie-talkies. And I am doing a bit of research for the video, obviously.
Obviously. It's a
Obviously.
shame you didn't do a bit more research for that My Little Pony one. See, I thought
like
you were going to use your own
You like that?
experience.
You did, didn't you? You liked that, didn't you?
You
gonna
could even
start
mention
collecting them
Discord.
Hey, you got to research, haven't you?
Yeah, but I can't believe that you didn't mention Discord. Had Q playing Q in My Little Pony.
I don't know.
John Delancey, the voice of Q,
Oh yeah.
is playing a multi-dimensional being who can alter reality with the click of a finger.
I don't watch it. I just researched it.
The girls were watching it one day. I'm sat on the couch with my laptop doing work on the website, and I'm just like, "That John Delancey? That's John Delancey. Oh, I'm glad he's still working." And then I carried on doing what I was doing, and I'm listening to what's going on. I was like, "He's an omnipotent being with magical powers."
And he still was.
It's Q from Star Trek.
He supposedly died, then came back at the end of Picard. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, but funny enough though, isn't he's almost the Davros of the next gen because he can't have been in that many episodes, and yet he's so well beloved, isn't he? You know,
Didn't go out for you.
he's in a fair few, I suppose, isn't he? And he was on Deep Space Nine once, and Voyager as well, a few times actually.
So, just so you know what he looks like, anyway. There you go. That's what Q from Star Trek became.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Super.
Interesting.
Very
I
funny. Very funny.
I found it, Mark.
Oh wow!
I found it.
Quick.
Go on then. Q is brilliant, Benjamin. Absolutely spot on, mate.
And he's not disabled.
No,
Well, maybe he was, and he just
he's
fixed
OP,
himself.
apart from that.
Well, he's dead, isn't he?
This bad guy's disabled. Look, he's got a hand missing.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel him.
Right, here we go. There we go.
Tiger
Oh,
tank.
right. It was actually a tank. Right, okay.
Yeah, 1966 Tiger Joe tank.
All right.
Okay.
That's it. That's the one. And I used to take that turret off and sit on it to ride down the next door neighbour's driveway.
Wow.
So how big was it? Christ.
It must have been quite big. I mean, obviously it was, when I was a younger child. It wasn't, I'm not talking like in my teenage years, but yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the tank. Tiger Joe tank.
Very, very similar bullets.
Oh, for the Johnny Seven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very.
Maybe it was the same
same.
company. Maybe it was the same company that made it. It doesn't. I'm just trying to say if it says who made it. So yeah, that's it.
This was made by Topper. Topper Toys.
Topper Toys.
Yeah.
Toys. You could probably search up on that then, and couldn't use a term, and you'll throw up some other stuff.
I think it's Topper Toys. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. If you've got any of those bullets left, I'll need 2. I think 1 or 2. I think it's supposed to be 10 in it, and I've got 8 or 9.
Oh, great. So now anybody can join.
Well, I don't know if you heard me earlier when I told him that I'd sent to his Instagram.
Everybody, come on!
Yeah. Mark, I've just
Remember, we've got to approve them.
I've just double checked.
Waiting
Mark,
now.
it is. Mark, I've just double checked. It is Topper Toys that made
All
it.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I would have thought so with the same bullets.
yeah.
That's interesting then. So I might have to look for some one of those.
Yeah.
So apart from Mark, has anyone had any pickups? Well, and Andy, has anyone had any pickups?
Yes, I've had some stuff come in.
Yeah, that.
I've had I've had a couple. I had a comic and a record. The record's downstairs, but the comic's up here.
Courtesy of the Cosmic Toy Man.
I got it from. I got it from him.
He's such a knobhead.
I got a couple of records. I finally got my Star Trek 2.
Oh,
Hey,
fantastic.
cool.
Fantastic.
So issue 2 of the Transformers by Skybound. That came in. Like I said, the record's downstairs. It's a In Excess album, The Swing. Good album. And then, so the other bits are, I don't think I showed this last time. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but if I did, I apologise. The latest Crash magazine.
No.
So with Frankie Goes to Hollywood there on the front. So it's all artwork by Oliver Frey, who did the artwork for the original Crash magazine back in the 80s, who sadly passed away earlier this year. And then the other, it's just some CDs, but the soundtracks. So I've got the Stranger Things soundtracks. A bit disappointed because them two come in jewel cases, which is for season 2 and season 3. But season 1 are in these like really flimsy cardboard, sort of like fold out things, which is like you know, I don't like them, but you know, but the music's good. You know, it's synthwave, you know, which is it's always a bonus. You know, I'm always up for a bit of synthwave. And then the last one was RoboCop soundtrack.
I had it on cassette.
Yeah, which is a phenomenal soundtrack. It's really, really good. I'm sorry. Yes, I got a Snow Trooper.
Cool.
Black Series Snow Trooper. And that rounds that out. So that's. I have some pre-orders that are due, but none of them's landed yet. So it's probably going to be another couple of weeks, I think, before they land. But yeah, that was my pickups really. There's there's nothing else, I'm afraid. A bit quiet and boring.
I was going to say, Mark, the other day I was listening to, it was probably that Star Trek 2 album on Spotify, I think. And I was sort of sat there going, is that what? And if you listen to, I think it was the Krull soundtrack.
What?
They're all James Horner.
No,
What are you doing?
I pressed the.
What the hell?
Right, balls to you. You're all off. See you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's surprising how much stuff James Horner has actually done, sort of film wise, that you know is in that genre.
Yeah, Star Trek 2 and 3 were the best 2 soundtracks.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got the post. I've got the movie post to find a frame for and put that up as well.
Hello. We have a very special guest.
Oh,
Saying you're special. Is he saying you're special, Mike?
I'm very special. Thank you for having me. Sorry that took so long to set me up because I had to do it remotely instead of on my computer because my kids are getting ready for school. But we're in the toy room. Oh.
Yay! It's not a green screen. Yay!
yeah.
Excellent.
No, it's real. It's real.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I saw you all showing off old vintage toys earlier, and I was like, I got to come on and show you what I got. When I was on Mark's live stream about 2 weeks ago, and I was talking about Indiana Jones figures.
Yep.
I feel like we ought to make Mike larger.
Yeah, I'm just doing that now.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. No, not me. There we go.
There we go.
Amateurs.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look at that. Where's my camera?
By the way,
I don't know
Way a bit.
Is it there?
Are they
Right
in
down.
baggies or are they just in bags?
Oh.
They're just in bags.
Oh.
Dun,
Oh,
dun.
I can just
Did
hear
you-
Mark whispering from here.
Sold them. He bagged them up. He sealed them up. After I bought them, they're sealed up. They're completely sealed. They're originals, and they're completely. I don't know why he did that, but yeah. There's also with this guy a weapon.
Okay.
But it's not in the bag.
Is that his weapon?
I don't think so. I think
That
it's a
looks
substitute.
like a clone trooper weapon.
I thought it was a Leonard weapon.
I think I'm fairly. I've put a lot of those with clone troopers.
Yeah, the clone troopers
They-
did have quite
was
long guns, didn't they?
Was it Legacy Collection where they had the little cardboard crate with several guns inside?
I don't know.
The Star Wars carded figures came with these little extra guns, and I'm fairly
Legacy
sure that's one of them.
I'll look that up. Thank you. I'll check it.
No problem.
But- Very expensive. Very. This is beans on toast for a week as well.
Tell me about it.
That
Excellent.
gun is brilliant. That gun is magnificent. Oh, you got a Sala. Is it Sala?
Yeah, I got Salah. I got Tote.
I got Toad on the way. Toad's on the way. You beauty.
I saw that. No accessories with them, unfortunately.
And the other one I have that's real.
I think Mark was just holding that up. Wasn't
Yeah. Sword.
Pyro sword.
Is that-
No
is that
swords.
guy-
Yeah, it
is
comes
that-
with a
okay,
sword. It should come with a sword and a dagger, shouldn't it? But
Yeah, but
mine's
no
more
accessories.
different. Mine's been on display for a while.
I got 3 out of 9 or 3 out of 13.
Cool. At least that's a nice finite collection to be aiming for, isn't it? So
it?
Yeah, I got all the 3 3/4 that they
The
produced.
retro ones.
Yeah. That must be great. So you just can't see me. Yeah, I put them all in this box here. So I think this should be every single one of them yellow cards. Whole 10.
wow.
Brilliant.
Make
Naming
more.
these in. Make more. Yeah. Well, I mean, people said, "Oh, they're terrible figures," but on the card backs, they just look magnificent. That's the way I like. It's what like them. Yeah, I don't need articulation or anything like that. I just need them to be on a card back. I've talked to other Aussies in groups that said yes, they did sell these in Australia, but none of us remember ever seeing them.
No, I don't remember
being
them
yellow,
over here.
being yellow, they would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. I'd have bought the lot
Me too.
if it had come over.
I would have only been like 4 years old though.
I was 82 that came out, didn't I? I'd have been 12.
I would have been swimming around at that point.
Don't want to know.
Let's say we say you were being dad bag or Baghdad.
Yeah, swimming around.
Oh, it's just so bloody good.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow. These are really good range.
And they're definitely they're the genuine original ones. Are those the new repro ones?
Yeah, the new one.
The new
Retro one. Yeah. The ones I showed before.
Quite
They're
good.
real.
Repro.
The other 3 are real, but I showed first.
Yeah.
Yeah, something just fell down behind me. 1 second. Oh,
Oh, Dominoes.
not the art.
Yeah, I've got that.
Good idea with this thing that's from the Adventure Series line is all the accessories that you don't need, you just fill it full of that
Shove
kind of
it in
crap.
there,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's diamonds and melted heads and
What's
and
in the
hats.
box?
Yeah, what's in the box? I forget where the camera is on this telephone. Look at the heads.
Are
Beautiful.
you using your phone?
Indy's rough head.
Wow.
Used to that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know why they even put it in there, because the figure can't really hold this.
No.
Yeah, you can't do anything with it.
But that's pretty cool. I like this. I think that's pretty cool. I know the vac metallization of it would have been very expensive for them to do.
Yeah.
Make it this color.
I've been thinking about doing mine.
That would be nice.
Get some gold chrome. Doing it properly.
Ultra. And my most recent pickup that turned up the other day. Oh yeah. I love the fact they put the coins on it. I really do. This is brilliant. I just wanted my coin. My
it's the wrong colour.
Wrong colour. Oh, send it back. But this is what I'm trying to collect. This sort of stuff now. The original droid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. She's coming. Yeah, Mole, she's on the way.
Don't play.
That's right. There's like 9 of them. Is that right? 9 of them and 8 of them. I can't remember. Maybe there's 12 of them. 12 of them and 6 of them.
I haven't painted my Vlix yet. I need to paint my Vlix.
Gareth's trying to show you something.
That doesn't sound right, does it?
Vlix.
It's not an original, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it might be in a case if it were original.
Although this is quite a favourite though, from the same line. Uncle Gundy.
Oh, is he for sale?
Uncle Gundy.
He's kind of blue. He's rather blue.
I'm going to end up sending dominoes over and knocking all them over. I'm not taking any more down.
I know what you mean. It's like, whoop. Yeah.
I don't know if you would have seen this one, so I can show you this. From the holiday special.
Oh, nice.
What is the name of that dinosaur? I can't remember.
Panel Dragon.
I was going to say Dianoga, and I knew that was wrong.
Friend.
I'll put you back on big screen so you
See,
can
you do like the holiday special.
Myth. It's a myth. Mythosaurus.
Mythosaurus.
Is that the one that goes in his back?
The person who named it had a lisp.
Oh wow, look at that. That's cool.
Put him on the dinosaur.
I'm tempted to pick that one up. I keep seeing it going quite cheap. I'm tempted to pick that one up, but it's the older, it's the Empire Strikes Back mold, Boba, isn't it? That they've recoloured.
Yeah. But do you want the Jedi one, do you?
Yeah.
You want the Jedi mold that they repaint? That'd be good.
Yeah.
Love this.
I'd like to see him do an Empire Strikes Back Boba in the newer mold. You know, because it's the. I mean, I have some Black Series that do have the visible pins on the legs, but it's just like it's now they've started updating them. When you can see the pins on the legs, it does look a bit unsightly. You know now.
Unsightly pins.
Unsightly pins. I mean that. Yeah, the snow trooper I picked up earlier this week. That's got the
like
pins.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, the pins. Yeah. So, but it's still nice. I mean, it may be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer the Empire Strikes Back Boba coloration to the Return of the Jedi one.
Cool. I wonder what that one is. What about the Star Wars one way up there? That one. I wonder which version they use. The Star Wars on the box.
I think that was the Empire version, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Careful, Mike, don't break anything.
Yeah.
Don't do what I did last time.
No, I remember.
That's one of my grails.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh wow.
It's exclusive.
I think that's the same mold.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the
same mold.
it's the older Boba Fett mold that they used for the Empire Strikes Back release.
Card back. LED. Oh, a lot of sunlight on there. It is early morning here. No, it's not really early. It's 8:30 in the morning.
He's no good to me, dead.
Yeah.
It's 9:30 here in the evening.
Well, when I get off the stream, I'll put my set back together. There we go.
Is that a 12-inch 3PO?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. 1978. Well, it's actually this that was sold in 1979 at JCPenney, and then afterwards they become available everywhere. That was just gifted recently for a lovely bloke called Mark. Not the Mark on the screen, another Mark.
Yeah. I don't.
We know you said lovely bloke.
Yeah, it's.
I don't give away stuff. About.
As a kid, I had the talking R2D2, the Palatite talking R2D2 as a kid. Nice. And I always wanted the 3PO. And I remember one year we went to, I think it was Scarborough, it was either Scarborough or Bridlington. We went one year. And the 3PO was there in a shop. But we were on his way back to the car park to come home. And my mum and dad said, "Oh, don't worry. Next time we come, you can get it. We're time now." And it's like, we never did. We never.
Sorry, you were like, I bet you're like that as a kid.
Yeah. 3PO. But yeah, I've never actually seen one in the flesh.
You have now.
Should I say? No. That is lovely. That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Quite easy to go.
Shiny ass. As my daughter calls him,
It's the little spike on the top of the head that normally breaks on that one.
Right.
Very fragile is that.
Oh, it's this little.
Yeah, that tiny little spike sticking down. Yeah, that's the one. So be careful of that.
No.
Topple.
I was going to say that.
Don't break his yub nub.
I've only got a couple of 12 inches.
Terrible, Mark.
What? I'm saying I've got a Vader and I've got a Princess Leia.
No, I've none. No 12-inch figures.
No.
I sorted Princess Leia's hair out and I fixed Vader's arm.
So, sorry, Mike, were you showing anything else?
Oh, what do you want to look at?
I don't know. It's up to you. It's your first time here.
Mm.
Oh, toys.
Cosmic Virgin.
I know Mark has watched me G.I. Joe videos, but I picked him up recently from the Netherlands. General Hall.
There we are.
General Hall. He's a new Joe I just picked up.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, nice.
No helmet, no backpack, no gun.
Where's the Action Force?
Yeah, same thing.
Mark's all about the Action Force.
Action Force.
Action Force. Do I have something Action Force? I do have something Action Force to show you. It's in this box. There it is. There it is. Action Force.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
What's this guy's name? Red Shadow.
Yeah, Red Shadow, yeah. Is that a reseal, Mike?
That is one of those bubbles, the clamshell bubble that you buy the bubble and you put the card back in and you put the figure in.
Right.
So I refer to them as mock mocks, which is a mock-up of a mock.
Yeah.
So these can actually open and close at will. You don't not still forever. So from a distance, you hang it on the wall. People go, "It looks like the real thing." Well, it's a real card back and a figure and real weapon.
Yeah.
Action
very
Force.
good. Very good. I like that. I remember the video where you were showing them off the first time you got them. Very good.
Oh,
yeah, that's nice. It's a nice. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole we'll stay away from.
I've got a card for the diecast TIE Fighter, and I've got a TIE Fighter. So I wonder if they do it for that.
Interesting. Yeah,
a bubble for a bubble. Could you get a Buble in a bubble?
In here also, I got the resealed.
Star Wars as well.
Oh no, the bubbles are for anything with the action figure on this side will work.
Yeah,
because the draw Ewoks, the bubbles on this side, so it won't work.
Right.
And GI Joe, that matter. GI Joe's on this side.
Yeah.
Cut the nameplate out. Well done, Palatine.
That's
the clipper card back.
Yeah.
Oh, clipper. Nice.
Clipper.
Nice.
Clip the clipper.
So I got a clipper. Another clipper with the circle on it. That one come up really good because the original bubble was taken off really perfectly, and now it looks mint. You're just missing his name pill because you kids had to send in the offers.
Oh god, I remember that.
And then you got something like the Kenner one.
Well done, Palatoy.
It's in there because it's Kenner. Name pill there.
So the pop will be cut out instead then.
Yeah, the pop is. You can see it driving. That bloody glare.
What were they
glare.
thinking?
I need to get some more of the, what do you call it, bubble tray thingies. I get two more. Oh, here's a nice one. Here's a nice one. R5D4.
Wow.
Nice. That's probably the best card that they did. Even though it's
Green
flipped.
stuff. And no pop punched out, no name pill punched out. All perfect. Just right up, you can see where they removed the bubble back in the day, and the new bubble is higher. I got Palitoy.
Low grey.
Low grey in the Palitoy. No name pill missing. Looks all good. And I love this one because it's got actual Palitoy on the card back. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
I've got that. Mine, is it the Kenner one with the sticker on the back?
This one is Colville, Leicester.
Oh, nice.
Just down-
Well,
Nice.
I know it well.
There you go, Mike. Mike, have you got one of them? Mike.
Oh no! That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That's real.
No.
You are. Yeah, it feels real.
It's an in-joke, Mike.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a retro collection on a repro Palitoy card.
With a fake vinyl cape.
Yeah, with a fake vinyl cape. Yeah, with a repro vinyl cape.
Look at his
You had
face, bless him.
His little face, bless him.
Like this.
What a cruel man, honestly.
That's real.
All on Palitoy cards.
That's a real Palitoy.
Lovely.
No,
Nice.
what?
That's what he gets for making up fake Palitoy figures.
What?
Yap's here.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, I put
Put
them
a
on.
Vinyl Cape Jower on that.
Yeah, nice.
That is not a vinyl cape. That is a Ben Kenobi vinyl cape.
No. I've just realised what Jumpy's asking there. No, that C-3PO is the original one. The Admiral Akbar one you got was the modern...
Tat.
It's not Tat, but the Kenner... I think it's called the Collector Series. Hello, Trevor. How are you, sir?
Hey, Trevor.
Modern.
That looks like
That's
tomorrow
fine.
font to me, Trevor. Is that right? On your avatar.
Not seen those bubble card slipcases before. They're a great idea. They are definitely.
That's a very clever idea, that, isn't it?
There we go.
Nice, simple, clever idea.
Oh, I'm still big screen.
Well, I thought you were still showing something, are you not?
Oh yeah. This is my little box full of cardbacks, full of real deal cardbacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it goes through. There's plenty.
I've got some somewhere.
I might see the Palitoy on the glare on everything today. Yeah, you'll see Palitoy on a few of these. Just that Palitoy logo is just, it sells it for me every day. I see that and it's like, I love it. Love it.
I've got a 12-back Stormtroopers Palitoy card if you're interested.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Really? That's a real one. That's a real one. That's a real one.
All right, so you've got the figure for that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get one of those.
I'd pull that straight in that one. Get the Star Wars ones out. Get that one.
Real one.
Nice. I never thought about getting the cards.
Oh, it's because like back in the day, I collected trading cards, and this is an extension of that sort of hobby. There's another one of those. What's his name? 88. Han. Indoor uniform. Indoor outfit. Beautiful. See, 77 back.
So was this like a lot that you picked up? Did you like pick all these up together, or are they just what you picked up?
No. This is a good 2 or 3 years of just slowly getting here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
The most famous one I have, which I'll see if I can get to, is local toy show. I wouldn't say a toy show. It was mostly trading cards, and a guy had a bunch of these, and he got down to he only had 2 or 3 left, and someone come up and said, "Oh, there's a bloke selling card backs. Are you interested?" And I run in there, and he goes, "I only got a couple left." One of them was this one. One of them was that one. And he goes, 25 Aussie dollars. And I went, "Oh, get me wallet out." And I go, "I've only got 10. He goes, "That'll do."
What?
So it's more like £5.
He's obviously not taking him to the right place before, clearly.
Yeah. Mark wants to show
I don't
you
know
this.
how that was left. Like the guy had like this many big win.
A proper
Unreal.
12 back.
Ooh,
And it's,
12 back.
look how good that is.
That's beautiful.
Proper 12 back. 12C, in fact. There we go.
And he only has that because I allowed him to outbid me.
No,
So
you
£5
outbid
to
me.
cover it.
Well, why do you have it?
I've got the Palatoy TIE Fighter as well.
You did tell me you were going to give me the Greedo one.
Well, that's
And
too
then he
late.
sold it on
He said
eBay.
no. He said no, so too late. Do you remember these? Lecture sets. The rub-on transfers.
Vaguely.
Oh,
Oh,
no, mate.
kryptonite.
It's skull.
Yeah, Ricky Robo's good. But
Mine.
I've just quickly taken out of storage.
Piss off, Gareth. I'll swap you for a Johnny 7.
No.
Zelda, what are you doing? You're naughty.
We've got a where is it? Oh, it's here. I've got the escape armor
Oh, I want that. I really want that.
with the red shadow in there. We've got red jackal, red vulture,
God damn it.
the red
I'm
laser,
going. I'm going.
a selection of mutons, another red vulture.
Yeah, I've got one of these though.
What's he got?
So,
What's he
Mike, can I ask, because growing up,
I suspect that maybe not be original.
What do you mean? What's this original?
it's a Mark
It's
original.
a Black Major's personal
The
transport.
That Black Major.
Sorry.
The Black Major.
Yeah, you want one now, don't you?
Red Baron approves. Or Baron Ironblood, should I say? Red Baron.
Oh yeah, it's over there. It's like Baron Ironblood.
Mike, when you were small, what were you watching on TV? Because
That's my bloody question.
No, when he was small, he was watching us, and then we were.
He's never been small. I'll tell you, he's big down under.
The only reason I ask is that when I was growing up, I really loved a lot of these sort of New Zealand / Australian kid sci-fi that came out. So I didn't know if it was sort of as popular, you know, obviously with you guys because you were producing it. But like I remember The Boy from Andromeda, Girl from Tomorrow, that sort of stuff. Don't know if that was more exported, or if that's too
They were
old for you. I
one of
don't
the
know.
Australian Broadcasting Corporation. The
Yeah,
ABC and BBC combined together to make a show. It was mostly for your market and not ours.
Ah, interesting. Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
they didn't want it,
Yeah.
which is why we ended up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
how
vaguely
you ended
remember
up with
those
Doctor
names.
Who?
I didn't watch
It was Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. That's what it was.
Oh, jeez. that's old. That's my dad's generation. They watched that.
Hey, I watched that.
There was some like
Thanks,
sea
Dad.
rescue doing it.
Did Mark tell you my first introduction to Star Wars? I wanted Return of the Jedi was just out of cinemas, and I was like, told my mum, get it so we can watch it at home on videotape. I think we had a Betamax. I don't think we had VHS. And she comes home, and she had new release video. It was Caravan of Courage. My introduction to Star Wars.
Yes. Good old Daddy.
Yeah, Mum didn't know.
Really?
So that's my introduction to Star Wars was the Caravan of Courage, the Ewoks adventure.
Brilliant.
Oh dear.
Funny.
Little Slidell and Mace Tawani. Oh,
Hey.
Where are they? Where are they? I've got the two you've just mentioned. There we are.
you got custom figures of them? No way.
Way.
Yes. So when I was a kid, I thought that was a little Princess Leia and that was Luke Skywalker as juniors, like a.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's who they were modelled after, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what my brain was. I'm watching an origin story of them when they were younger. That's
Before they thought they were related.
oh, the fact that the twins are actually they're like 4 years apart or something in age.
Oh, Sindel won't stand up now. There we go. Yeah, there's a guy over here. Call him Nick, and he has a company called Nima Studios, and he does custom figures, and he's done some really, really good ones. You'll find him on Facebook actually. Nima Studios, Nema. Nima. I'll write it down. Well, there you go.
I have one.
Occurred. Oh, right. Okay.
I got a custom figure you might want to see.
Oh, go on then.
Custom.
Yeah, Mark's showing one off there from Nima. Howard the Duck. Oh, very good. That's the second one of them we've seen tonight.
The cards are amazing.
What about him? Once you showed him, I was like, oh, that's right. Final Cape Jawa. Yeah, this one's a stand solo.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was a gift. Someone decided, oh, I've dropped his weapon. There he goes. Yeah.
It's mental how much those stand solo figures go for now.
Yeah. Wow. Wait do you see the shipping to Australia? Your mind will blow. Oh my God.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's very, very cool to have a Vinyl Cape Jawa because a casual fan can come in and go, oh, where do you film your set? And I show them, and this sticks out like a sore thumb. They go, oh, you got one of those? And yes, it's not as expensive as you think. It's expensive, but not that expensive.
Sorry, I've not been keeping up with the chat, have I? Where were we? I remember Ed, you must be in hell with that red background. I remember that. General Gart,
We have a Rudy.
Yeah, go highlight that.
I love all things
one. That
Lego.
was the best. That's the comment of the night.
It's very
What
kind.
you
How
buy
much
that
did you
one,
pay him, Mark? How much did you pay him?
And one for Mark. There she is.
What's a
Slave
leg
player.
end? He's a true leg end. What's a leg end?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I can watch some of those. Yeah. Yes. And Rudy has just said action figures of crisps. Yes. Yes, they need. Yes.
Oh, hi, Rudy. I missed
Yeah.
you there. Hello, Rudy. How are we doing?
Definitely. I've looked at. I've thought. I think is he not doing the Space Raiders one? I've done it. Can't remember now.
Raiders.
And Lobot's Yoing Gap. Yeah, is that a Stan Solo as well? The layer.
That's a real one. That's a Legacy or Saga.
Yeah.
Legacy or Saga. I can't remember.
Yeah. I think.
Love it. It's a soft goods one. One with the soft goods.
There's so many of them.
I want to say Saga because I can kind of remember seeing it on the black and silver back cover. But I could be wrong. There's that many. That many.
I've even got.
When I say Saga, I mean Saga collection.
The blue packaging I think of when you say Saga.
I'm not thinking of the blue one. I'm thinking of the one that came after Revenge of the Sith. It was like,
that
Andy
bubble looking.
That's right. Yeah. Is it not that? Or is it original trilogy?
Might be original trilogy. I do not know. It was gifted like this. I have to get Google Lens onto it and find a different version of. She got the hair. The hair moves. The hair is hair.
What's the chain? It's a little. Is it a proper plastic chain?
No, it's cold, so it's metal. It's proper metal.
Jabba's palace.
I've got one. I've got the same one at the shop, and it's loose like that, and I don't know which one it is. We're both in the same boat with that one.
Mystery layer.
Mystery layer. I'll stick it on a TVC card back.
Yes, I love it. Do you have any of these in the?
Get 60 quid for it.
Do you have any more of these card backs? I'd love some more of these card backs.
Oh,
Deroids. That's Kez Elban. Is that his name? IBAN. There's IBAN.
I just love the fact that you guys all have these things to hand instantly.
I know. Yeah, whole collection of me. Yeah, that's. Oh, you got some droids. Oh, droids! Oh, beautiful. Mint. Look at them all.
Yeah, they're from Nemo Studios.
Yeah. Bless. They're just pretend ones.
I found myself watching a couple nights ago Plastic Galaxy, that documentary again about action figures from Star Wars. And Gus Lopez is standing in front of his cabinet, and he has a Ewok figure in there that was never released, carded. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it was like a second season that they were going to, a second line they were going to do that got deleted, and he got one of the rarest ones that was actually mocked up and
Gus
carded.
has got everything.
I was amazed. I'm like, I paused the bloody video just to like zoom in. What has he got there? There's an Xbox one in the background. It's amazing. It's not in the cabinet he's got. He's got two rocket firing Boba Fett's in front of it, sitting in the cabinet in front of it, and that's what they were talking about, the J slot and the L slot. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Ewoks.
That's
old
what
mate.
that came from.
Yeah, you can put the figure on there.
Well, I took it off this. Yeah, I decided to decard them because they were just going to live their life in a box stashed away, and I decided that I actually wanted them out where I could see them. So they're a custom.
And he owns a toy shop.
So there's not going to be a lot of value added to them, is there? So I've kept all the bubbles.
Excellent.
They can go back on. You just mentioned the J slot and everything. So you'll recognize a prototype when you see it, yeah? Do you know what's coming? So he did this as a thank you because I bought them all off him.
Oh,
Noah in prototype figures, colours. And it's a prototype of Noah.
Shut up, Gap. I can fall out with your Gap.
yeah.
So
Blue.
Quite fun. Yeah, yeah. It was going with the prototype Boba Fett colours. The blue figure with the red rocket.
Worth a treat.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. That's all it is at the end of the day.
Gap's wondering if you could enlarge yourself, Gareth, so that we can see that one in more detail. I think.
Make yourself bigger.
On the last one.
I'll be doing that on my live stream.
Make it big.
It's all right, Mark. Somebody had to go there.
There we are.
I said it, you were going to go there.
Yeah, it's always me.
There you are. I did show these a few weeks ago, I believe it was.
Yeah,
That looks like dope.
Oh, totally.
So there we go. There we go. There you are, Mark. You're the best looking older man on the panel. That's a backhanded compliment to me, I think.
Well, you're not old, are you?
There we go. Where's Eddie gone?
Max still Gen X.
We get something else.
He's just one of
I'm just surrounded by toys now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My desk is covered in them at the moment. I've been on.
Last time I ran downstairs to get
an
something,
eBay
it
delivery.
did badly for me, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I've been unpacking an eBay delivery of Mighty Maxes.
We're getting to the point where I don't even bother telling you about the auctions anymore because I've no idea how many you've actually not got.
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed with this one actually because
auctions. Don't talk to me about auctions.
Yeah, I bought it mostly for these three, thinking that they were nearly complete, and it turns out they're missing everything.
Oh, I'll tell you an interesting thing that happened to me on the train on the way home tonight. Actually. I was looking at descriptions of things, and I thought this looks very much like one of those AI generated descriptions on eBay. And the description had actually said something was boxed. So I contacted the seller and said, "Is there actually a box? Is there a picture of the box? Because there isn't a picture of the box, you know." And he said, "Oh no," he said, "No, it's not boxed. The AI just said it was."
Yeah, I got that.
And I just thought that's so stupid as someone who's actually doing an auction. Surely you've got to check what the AI generated stuff says. I mean, I purposely avoided it because I thought it's going to stick out like a sore thumb that it's an AI generated thing and you just haven't bothered, you know. But actually representing that it had something on the auction that wasn't available, that I thought was just asking. You know, you're just asking for trouble, aren't you? So then they ought to tell people that they've got to double check it before they put it live or something. And it's just a bit silly.
Until you start on the droids and Ewoks.
And you can only collect one figure a year.
Yeah. Unless you get the ones I bought.
Yeah, I have a droids figure coming. I'm excited. Carded.
Wow. Which one?
Yeah.
Carded. Which one?
Carded. Jan Tosh.
Right. Can I just Gap has asked us a question, yeah, and it's
Sting,
what action figure would you like Santa to bring you all on the panel this Christmas?
Santa's not
Kia Mall. Kia Mall.
Oh, is that the wrong one?
Yeah. Jan Tosh is looks all buff. Got the arms like this.
I'm not up on the names for them, but there we go.
There he is. That's him.
There we go.
That's him. So that first one, is that a real figure? The Kia Mall that you brought down the first time?
No. None
I
of
was
these
gonna say,
are.
I was going to say, what are you asking?
No,
What you're selling.
the fate and the mime.
So do we fancy answering Gap's question here then? So
What action figure would you like Santa to bring
Ignore
you
him.
all? So has this got to be one figure that we have to share?
no,
Oh,
you're being fishy.
Any figure at all?
Can it be life size?
So Andy, what would you like if you could have a action figure for Christmas? Which one would you choose?
I'm contemplating. I quite like some more Centurions.
Yeah.
Like with proper decent packs on them, rather than the hodgepodge of stuff I've got on a rather loose Ace McLeod at the moment.
Yeah.
In fact, there've been some modern repros of them, haven't there?
Yeah, Ramen Toys have made them.
Are they any good, those ones?
Yeah, they are good. They're expensive, but good.
But
They are expensive, but they're good. Yeah. Mike?
I would like for Christmas. You've seen the 6-pack? I can't get that down. The 6-pack with all the Star Wars figures in it. I want the Return of the Jedi one that has the yak face in it. That's Mon Mothma.
They've just
Wicked.
re-released. They've just put some more stock out.
Oh, because they don't sell them in my country. We don't have that Disney store exclusivity. Anything that's Disney store, we never ever see. Right. And you might see it pop up online as a retailer, but they'll buy it at full price and then jack it up again. So you're looking at like $350 for it.
Right.
Message me, Mike. I'll try and get you one.
Yeah. Gareth, figure?
I'd like either a Dennis Fisher, either a Leela, Cyberman, Dalek, or Giant Robot.
Nice.
Oh. Mark,
who's the Fisher?
Well, can I go Hot Toys? I want that brown to go with my Mighty McFly.
Yeah.
But I want Yelena as well. So
yeah, cool.
But if we're going vintage, a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
A 6 million man. Or a Fembot. I don't want much.
You're still collecting your Hot Toys then? That's good to hear.
Yeah, I've got the Mighty McFly, got the Ahsoka, Black Widow. Yeah, I know.
They're back there.
Half the world away and he's getting his
That's Mighty McFly. Mighty McFly is absolutely stunning.
Have you seen my Hot Toy? Hot Toy. Oh,
very nice. Is that Hot Toy Sideshow? Sideshow,
isn't it?
Yeah. Very nice.
Same thing, isn't it?
No. There's a guy lives in my town. His name's Brad, and he come up to me and he goes, I heard you like Star Wars. I went, yeah. And he put this box in a plastic bag in front of me and goes, you can have this. And I thought it was a box of shoes. I thought it was a shoe box. And inside is this bloody very, very expensive Hot Toy. Commander Gree. Yeah.
Very good. Very nice.
Just because he was very impressed with my channel. Is I don't know if he knows if he still watches the channel. He just here you go. You can have my Hot Toy that I bought once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
nice. I'll give it to one of the girls.
William says that he'd love to find a Mego Vincent figure to go against his Maximilian figure off Santa this year.
I got the Diamond Select
without broken arms.
I got the names wrong. Sorry. And a Bob would be the gravy on top.
Oh God, yeah.
Sorry, Mark. I want a giant robot.
Giant robot.
I did. We'll have to fight for it. Handbags at dawn.
Make my big Gareth.
I don't know. I never get anything vintage for Christmas, so I'd like to get something vintage for Christmas. And my latest kicker is the Mighty Max, and struggling to find
what we said before. You were mentioning, was it Doctor Who you were mentioning before?
Yeah,
a little bit.
I quite like my Doctor Who. Yeah,
Just a bit.
I don't know nothing about Doctor Who. Well, you were spitting out names. I thought you were speaking a different language. I was like, what's he talking about?
No, it's just the Yorkshire accent.
Enjoy
Used
the
to
blissful ignorance, Mike. Just don't.
Yeah, it's strange actually. I was planning on asking Mike if he had any thoughts at all on Doctor Who because
Never watched it.
Surprised, but it's very popular
Game off.
in Australia. I get a lot of inquiries about Doctor Who goods being shipped to Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
an awful lot, more than anywhere else in the world.
Unreal.
When I used to sell on eBay through the global shipping program, I would say that 80% of my Doctor Who sales went to Australia.
Woo. It was shown here, it's definitely here on TV in this country. It's shown from the start. And an actor who I used to play golf with, he was 80 years old back in the day. He appeared in a couple of episodes of Doctor Who.
Okay. What was his name?
Kevin Leslie was the actor's name.
I wonder if I've got a DVD signed by him somewhere.
Probably.
I've got a lot of DVDs that have been signed by goodness knows how many people.
It was the black and white era. It was way back then. Yeah, he's a member of my club. He was an old actor, and he said, "Oh, Doctor Who." And I said to him, "Oh, sorry. Oh, that could be him there."
That could be him.
You're kidding.
I don't know. It's the old black and white stuff.
Yeah,
that would.
He only got like a small reoccurring role, and then he played like the aliens that undercover, so like, you can't tell it's the same actor coming back for another part. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only bit of Doctor Who stuff I know.
Okay. Well, nobody's perfect.
Well, you've only got 60 years to catch up on, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Well, no, you could just wait until next year and start with Series 1. You could just wait until next year and start with Series 1.
Ah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It is David Tennant. David Tennant will be the Doctor, is that right?
He's coming back for 3 specials, and then he's going to regenerate at the end of those into the new Doctor.
Spoilers.
And starting from Series 1, apparently.
Excellent.
A little disappointed for those that have been with it for as long as we have, but it's great for newcomers. And Andy's showing off his Diamond Select.
Yes, well, someone asked me.
There you go. You're on big screen now. You're on big telly.
Did you get them from Cosmic Toys? It might have done.
I don't know. Did you get them from me?
No, I think I got these from Japanese places.
Shh.
Very nice.
How dare you?
I know, how very dare I? The point one of my quite early pickups these, and I've been a very good boy, not even taking them out of the box.
Yeah, don't take them out.
A droid R2.
Don't take them out.
Mark. Okay,
They're not,
cool. That's a good one.
They look nice. They look very nice.
Yes, but
they're quite fragile.
right. Okay.
And the display stands you get with them are useless. Absolutely useless.
Showing you.
You know, the ones for old Bob and Vincent, they're no good.
Yeah.
The display stand for them. They're just like, you put them on and they just like fall straight over kind of thing. So,
well, I'm going to say modern toys.
But anyway, a figure that I'd like from Santa is.
Sorry, Ed, we never got to you, did we?
Nice, screw you. I'll just answer it myself. I would like vintage. I would say a complete Mascotron. Modern, I would say. I'd like a Hot Toys RoboCop.
Nice.
I would like a Hot Toys RoboCop. You what? Sorry. What?
I'm responding to the comments, that's all.
All right, sorry. Or
I'll got one of those.
if we make it more affordable, I'd like a Star Killer, but in the flight gear. You know, from Bleach 2, rather than he's sort of like he's just like tattered and torn robes. But I'd like a Star Killer in his flight suit. And there you go. Oh, yes, the Oscar head. Yeah.
Well, it's better than one head, two heads.
Yeah. Have you got a Mascotron then, Mark?
I have, yes. Complete.
The measure of intelligence is the.
I'm not getting him out because he's behind.
Jane.
He's behind Oscar and behind Steve, next to Jamie Summers.
You see, I had them as a kid. I had Steve Austin. I had Mascotron. I had
I know exactly which ones you mean.
I had the repair bay thing. You know, the shuttle torpedo looking repair bay thing.
I have got that.
You know,
These are one in shop recently. Yeah.
But you know, these things get consigned to history.
I do apologise for not keeping up with the chat quite so.
Yeah, that's right, William. Yeah, it's
I
John,
normally do.
based on John Saxon. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of spoiled the theme that I was going to put forward for a future episode, Ed, earlier on.
Did I?
Yeah, when you put your photograph up of your Christmas morning.
I can still do it.
I was going to suggest that for a future council episode that we each talk about a particular Christmas that sticks in our memory of what we might have got for that year.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can still do that because I don't remember that Christmas because I was too young. I think I was only about probably.
Thank heavens for photographs.
Probably, I think it'd been about 4 or 5, maybe 4. Okay. I don't know. So no, I don't.
Oh, you got a fembot?
A what?
Mark's saying he's never had the Sasquatch, but he must have had a fembot then. That's the rarer than the Bigfoot.
Kung Fu, yes, he can. Yeah, Enter the Dragon. Yes.
I want to know what this is.
He wants to know what is.
I want to know what Mascotron is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Figure.
He's there. He's behind Oscar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. I get it now.
He's pretty cool.
It was
Yeah,
figure what
cool. But since as Mike wants to know,
Steve Austin's cool. But...
we will show what it is. There we go. It's one of them.
Yep.
That is.
Okay.
It's got a Dalek sucker.
Yeah. Claw. He has a claw.
Okay.
There's a belt. I loved that toy. I played hours with that.
That's his Dalek sucker.
Tell the other one I used to have as a kid as well, which I won't mind another one of, but I can never find one in good condition. Is a
quality.
It's a Remco Spider-Man.
Oh.
I had one of them as a kid, and it's like it's in a pose where his arms up like that, and a cable comes out of his fist, and you can attach it, and he climbs up it, and then he has it looks like a headphone socket on his waist, but you plug a torch in, and he holds a torch and stuff. It came with like a few accessories, but yeah, Remco Spider-Man. Loved that figure as a kid.
Vaguely remember that.
Yeah. Took a one of those little box 9-volt batteries in his back to power it.
Oh yeah.
There's your fembot.
Yes. Now, Holy Grails. You're talking. Yeah.
Because I was unaware of this as well.
Does it have machine gun jubblies?
Machine gun jubblies.
I have actually, funny enough, YouTube spat some videos of them out at me the other day, and I wondered what on earth they were. But I mean, I knew who the $6 Million Man was, and I knew who Jane Summers was as well. But I never saw the series enough to know that they had fembots and stuff in them as enemy characters. You know.
Sounds very Austin Powers, doesn't it?
A Super 7 figure came out, but they did a fembot version.
I have no idea what that is.
Aren't vertibirds from Fallout?
Not if you buy Remco. I must have typed something wrong.
Remco City.
Um,
Vintage Wish.
Yeah, I'm not putting up the results that I've just found from that because it's certainly not related. The one toy I've been looking for is the blue Tomland Staroid Raider. I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking Starry Orb.
Sounds exotic. But when you're Mr. Brooks and you've seen every toy in the world ever, something really obscure is something exciting to see. I can understand why he wants to go and find it.
When you've got a 12-inch eagle.
Wasn't Jonathan Ross? I saw a Poppy Eagle,
I've only got a 12-inch C3.
I didn't know the thing. I didn't know Poppy had done an eagle, but apparently they did at one point.
I have a 12-inch Soundwave.
Hey.
Is this what you're talking about, Mark?
Yeah, I'm sure Jonathan Ross has some of these.
Get him on the stream.
I did think it was.
I was thinking that. Mark, would you like to join us? Would you fancy joining us tonight?
I think he's still in Italy. I'm not sure. It might be back now.
Well, he's obviously got his phone with him.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. He's on the balcony with his wine.
Mike's in Australia. It's no excuse.
I know.
I've come from the other side of the world.
Yeah, there are zero excuses at this point.
We could go for a record here and just see how many people we can get from all over the world on this stream.
That'd be cool. Sitting in a cafe in Italy, drinking coffee.
He says he's got the Enterprise vertibird in the museum. Right, vertibird, all one word. That's why I was looking for it under vertibird. Okay. It's epic and rubbish. Tell you what. So I did say I was going to do this anyway when I was talking to Ed the other day. And then if anyone does want to join us, they're quite welcome to. Because we can always kick them off if they don't belong.
If they don't know Doctor Who very well.
I'm not going to kick you off, Mike.
I hear a lot of you guys from the UK, you'll use that word when you find a toy and you go, oh, it's rubbish, but I love it. Whereas Americans, they'll say, it's trash, but I love it. And Australians, somewhere in between. Australians will use it somewhere in between.
Well, what do you use?
Garbage.
It's still in Milan.
How the other half travel, eh?
Yeah,
Don't rob the toy museum.
And there's me looking forward to going to Doncaster in December.
Doncaster? That toy fair, that Doncaster toy fair, I watched that. The one you did 3 weeks ago, Gareth. That was brilliant.
Was that 3 weeks ago?
That's what YouTube did.
There's another one just after Christmas. There's Bolton and Doncaster just after Christmas. Thank you for watching.
No, I like to
watch mine.
I don't get to too many toy fairs, so I have to live vicariously through people who go to toy fairs.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Well, sometimes you do get a lift, Mark. I mean, it does happen.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Now, hopefully, I'll get time to go around with the camera again at the next couple of events. The problem with Bolton, and Mark pointed it out in his, is it's the same dealers every time, and they bring the same stock.
Yeah, I've been going for 10 years. I've been going for 10 years, and I haven't been for about 4 years, and it's exactly the same people.
He said to me, "Yeah, it's like deja vu, wasn't it, for you when you went in?"
It's the same Hornby train, same Corgi cars.
Oh, that Bolton was terrible. It was all die-cast and train.
Yeah,
it really was.
Wrong with die-cast, but,
train coming out of the rears.
It was funny because it was very different to how I remember Doncaster. I mean, although I didn't go to Doncaster anywhere near early enough to have a really solid look around, but it did have a much bigger variety of people there. I felt, it was just different. There he is.
Look what I got.
He's got it.
Yes, not for £40, whatever it was.
Yeah.
What
Is
is
that
that?
a horse float? Is that a horse in the back? Oh no, it's an airplane.
No, it's a glider. It's a the James Bond toy.
Oh, it's James Bond.
Yes, James
flies-
Bond. Yeah,
you press that and he flies out.
What film's that?
Because when you say Doncaster is a racetrack, isn't it? Is that correct? Doncaster is a racetrack.
Up again, am I?
Yes, as well. Yeah.
That's why
shit without a guarantee. I like it.
Yeah.
Bidding on a Corgi Moonraker set now on eBay. Right, I'm going to go out bid you.
Which flavour? The revamped flavour, or
Guess which film that's from.
Moonraker's been released a few times.
I've not really watched all of the Roger Moore films, so I can't. I could tell because of the terrible design that it's a Roger Moore.
Yeah, you're correct. Man with the golden gun. They did it before they got the license. But they couldn't get the license, so they put it out anyway.
Very
Nelly
nice.
was the little yellow gyrocopter, wasn't it?
Yeah, very well armed.
Little Nelly, yeah.
There were different guys to when I was there, and I got a lot. Yeah, some of them are not too happy about it, but I did have a word with the guy in charge. I said, "Are we okay filming?" And he was like, "Yeah, go for it."
Well, I was very subtle at Bolton. I had my camera kind of casually at hip level, just like nothing to see here, you know. I was being quite surreptitious. I knew that you'd had problems, so I was like, you know,
It keeps disappearing tonight, doesn't it? It's got someone's secret hiding at the other side of that wall. That's what it is.
One Bond toy you don't have. What don't you have? The
one you just showed.
It's got to be one of
I
those.
know. I know you've got an aero car.
Well, it's not that one, then, is it?
Yeah.
He's back.
Unless you sold it.
There was something else I did get actually.
Oh, he's picked something else up.
But I haven't showed it because I can't have it yet. It has to go to Santa for wrapping.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh. Atari 2600.
I'm this close.
Yeah.
I'm this close. I'm thinking I might wait until after Christmas in hopes that there might be a slight reduction.
Yeah. The 2600 plus. It's not a VCS. It's 2600.
Is that Lego?
No, I've got the
No,
Lego.
Lego one's up here.
Yeah, my Lego one's over there. I have tested it. I have tested it to make sure it works.
Tested it, yeah.
And it's all right. There's one or two little issues I do have with it, but you know, I mean, it's the kind of thing that it's 20% smaller than the original one, than the official one. Yeah.
There's your Lego one.
Can't play too many games on that one.
You don't know it yet.
What am I doing here now? I'm pressing wrong bloody buttons here.
And it's stacked on top of that one.
Oh, Pac-Man.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want the little arcade. So if you don't want that, I'll have that bit.
A little arcade, yeah, like the.
I've got a thing for a little arcade. I've got one in my cabinet.
It's like one of those gifts with
Little Space Invaders,
things, isn't it? That one.
And then those two are stacked on top of
Got the Jaws
that
one.
one.
Nintendo.
Yeah, when they're going to do a PlayStation 1.
So that's a proper one, and that's a little mini one.
Wow.
Very nice.
I'll see you a Pac-Man and raise you a snapper.
Awesome.
I do have the Empire Strikes Back still sealed. From Parker Brothers.
Look, it's a cassette tape, everybody! Yay!
If you're going to start showing retro vintage games,
Yeah, you win.
I'll win. I will win.
Yeah, this is where he starts getting out all these Spectrum games.
Spectrum. Can I build that Spectrum?
Well, while he's disappeared, I will show another little pickup that I had this week. No.
I'm thinking about getting one of those, Mark. Actually,
I treated myself to this.
Cool.
Which I thought was quite fun. It's only $6.99 in B&M bargains.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to have one of those Darkwing Duck figures, so I'll have this instead.
Why is that a thing? Why is that current?
I have no idea. That was it.
What the hell?
Usually the
Bring it back.
I bet it's a Disney.
Is there an anniversary
thing, isn't it?
Sorry, what's that, Mike?
Is there an anniversary for Darkwing Duck? That's why they re-release things. Anniversary.
It's the centenary of Disney. It's the centenary of Disney. That's why it's got 100 on it. It's the centenary of Disney. They're doing a whole re-release
No,
thing.
it's not that. It's
not
not
that. Oh.
No, this is number 100 Q-Fig.
Oh, I see.
Because
Okay.
right next to it on the shelf was 98 and 99, and they weren't Disney at all. They were something else.
How bizarre.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they just do everything. They've done Star Trek. They've done Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They've done Disney characters. I don't know if they've done Star Wars, but they've done all sorts of other things. And they've done Batman and Robin and whatnot. But they always do them in this cool, funky design. And yeah, I like Darkwing Duck. It was cheap, so I thought I'll have it.
Hey dear. But yeah, that's my Atari Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I've got that sealed.
Back to the chat.
I've got it on my Palatoy shelf actually because it was distributed by Palatoy.
Stuff.
So yeah, Mark was saying it was the one with the golden gun one.
No, he's on about the.
Had a great stunt and stupid slide. Because I had my dealer badge. It could have been. They're talking about the filming, aren't you? The horse box. There you go.
Yeah.
And he's got the Jaws van, and then Mark, I think, showed him it, didn't he? Yeah. I did. Yes, you did have a few of the Bond cars, and they ended up going
I
to.
like the gift set with that came in.
Is that what you probably call it? A horse box? A horse box? We don't call them a horse box here. Sorry. That sounds funny.
Well, it's a box that you put horses in.
Yeah, we call them. It's called a float.
A float?
A float? Wow.
That's what we call them in Australia. They're floats. Float. Float.
You learn something new every day.
We used to have mill floats over here.
Just it's horse box, and I'm like, what the hell? The box is what you put them in when they're dead.
We call vehicles in parades floats.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you do that too.
Yeah.
We also have milk floats.
Yeah, same.
Jack says, "Are we on about Spectrum?"
Always, Cap. Always.
I've just got my BBC Model B working.
The girl BBC Model B.
The video will be
My
up soon.
first computer.
Disney owns the Buffy series now. Oh, technically through Fox, yeah.
Mm.
Is the duck clear from here? You know, it probably is, Mark. I never looked at it. No, it's not. No, it's another one. It's here.
Shoe box of random.
All right.
So that's a German distributor. Does that make Buffy a princess now? No, it doesn't. No, you have to be born from royalty to be a princess, unless you are my daughters. My daughters are princesses, or at least they are to me. And so says every father.
Not
unless they
anymore.
only have sons. Although,
Not always.
is there any actual questions want to come in from the chat? It's nice to see that it's got a little bit busier in the chat. Anyway, that's good. Is there any questions that want to be thrown at us? Any dares?
Yeah.
I've got a
maybe
question.
the Alien Queen then. Yeah, all of the xenomorphs are Disney princesses.
When do I get paid?
Oh my word! I told you, have a coffee at your next visit.
Is this a guest appearance? The guest appearance on the show. Want some dosh?
Yeah. He works for bacon sandwiches. That's what I paid him last time, a bacon sandwich.
He works for our unending gratitude.
Well, bacon and sausage, actually, the greedy
And
pig.
yeah, I'd give you all that money as well. So,
Coke or Pepsi? Depends.
Coke these days. I used to drink Pepsi once, but Coke now.
Coke.
Right.
Coke definitely.
See, I've always been a bigger fan of Pepsi because it's sweeter.
Gentle
But
giant.
usually I'll use Coke, but Pepsi has to go with Buffalo Trace. Boxers, of course.
Commando.
That option.
Malt is a drink
drink
with ice cream in it.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, actually, it is, but you know the name they call them in Australia? You'd not believe what they call them. A spider.
Spider.
Spyder.
Oh.
That's Coke with ice cream. It's a spider. Spyder.
Any reason behind that?
But there's still people still. Oh, it's a float. Everyone knows it's called a float, but they call it a spider. They've been calling it that since the 80s, and everyone who grew up now knows them as a spider.
there's enough spiders.
That's interesting.
There's plenty of spiders. That's a good spider. That's a good
Are you
spider to have.
showing
It's
off your big indie? Is Mark showing off his big indie again?
yeah. When he showed that on his live stream in the chat, jokingly because it was an auction, I said, "Oh, I bid £50 or 50 quid," and you thought I was talking about an item in the in the auction. No, I was talking about his indie there. I was putting a bid in for it. I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful."
Yeah, he got that from a really cool shop in Dewsbury.
Was it
B&M
shop?
No, I didn't get it from B&M.
Quiet.
I didn't get it from B&M.
Very cool. I haven't got a big indie. I've got a big Pikachu. I can show you that.
Eddie's gone.
No, I'm here. You know Pikachu? The size of this. The size of that. That's my gentle giant size there. It's huge. It's my daughter's name.
William, you're in luck. William, you're in luck.
I don't want to get this down.
That's what she said.
No,
Bloody huge, isn't it? Bloody huge.
Talking of LPs. Oh, yeah. Mondo, Back to the Future. Mondo. Got that for a really good price as well.
what was that you just said, William? Let's.
I know somebody's got a few.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Sylvester's falling out.
Wow.
I might like Dapple Doctor Who, and I might have an electronic TARDIS console.
Or 2. Or 3.
I've actually got 3 of these box sets at the moment. But this is the nicest one. This is it's a minter, is this one? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, I do like the Dapple Doctor Who.
Where is William based?
In fact, right underneath
Toys.co.uk.
You can see a box set with Davros and a gold Dalek in it right underneath my head.
Oh yeah.
There's a load there. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to regret.
It's actually on the background itself, isn't it?
There you go.
It's on the stream background, isn't it, as well?
Just there.
Yes.
I'm going to regret messing up the camera now, aren't
Yeah.
I? Gareth, your head is too shiny.
Yeah, I don't.
Ouch.
You know you can go off people.
I've gone on Gap many times.
There they are. Sorry, I'm not here to brag and boast.
It's your channel. You can do whatever you like.
No, I went a lot of years when I first opened the shop. I went probably about 8 years where I didn't get anything good in my collection because the money just kept going straight back into the shop. And I've now got to a point where I can be comfortable and I can treat myself.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah.
Yes.
You loyal customers, you see.
Yes, thank you, Mark. In fact, I wonder if I've ever sent anything to Mike now. So I know that you get quite a lot of your collection from eBay, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I've ever sent anything to you in the past. I might have done. That would be quite interesting. That would be uncanny, actually.
It's like a little weapon here.
It's a small world.
Oh, is that at the bottom of the back? Oh, it's
Love your early Gap.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? Yeah, it's on the bottom of the background, I think.
You don't sell any old cricket cards from the pre-World War One.
No.
I buy a few of them off the internet. Yeah.
No. No, it would be years ago as well because I haven't done eBay for quite a long time now.
That's all right.
I rarely sell on eBay now.
Because if I was going to do another channel, it would be trading cards because I got plenty of trading cards. Yeah, I collect old cricket cards and cricket memorabilia in a way. And one of them was I bought $30 Australian. I bought 3 cricket books. And they're from the 40s. There's one from 37. And I opened up the one from 1950s, and there's a piece of paper inside signed by a bunch of cricketers in 1938. And Donald Bradman signed the piece of paper as well. It was a magical find.
Wow.
Absolute magic find.
Wow.
Yeah. And literally, I bought the piece of paper. It was like the team sheet with all the team. And it's like that piece of paper's, a few $100, and the books were all $30 Australian. It's like 15 quid.
Yeah.
That's a find. That's a find. Yeah.
Definitely.
Another one was the rugby league player from 1923, and I got it's his rookie card. And I bought the 1923 card. There was a series of cards, and there was 2 rugby league players. And I bought one of them, and it was rather cheap, not very cheap, but. And I sent it away for grading, got it back. And I'm having a good look at it, flipping it over, looking, seeing why they gave it a 2. And on the back, there's pencil, and it's his autograph written on the back. Very, very, very faintly that the graders even missed too. So I got an autographed rookie card of a guy from 1924.
Wow.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, William's got a question for us. Is there a series of toys or action figures you didn't get that you wish you had now? So I'm assuming, do you mean, William, like stuff that, like as a kid, that you didn't get that you wish you had now? So what do we think?
Well, for me, it's Mask. I never knew about it originally. I'd love to have it all now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is that, Mark? Why would you like it now? Because you like it and you want it, or because
it's
of
the design? I think it's one of the last great design toys.
Right.
They don't design great toys now.
No.
I think there might have been a better design if they weren't made out of such fragile plastic.
Yeah, there's the plastic and there's the rubber.
Yeah, I actually think I think the design of them are pretty overrated because of the quality.
Hi, Mark.
I think they're pretty poor quality. I say that as someone who's got quite a few as well. I was just going through them earlier. Yeah. Good night, Mark. You take care, my friend.
Good night, Mark. Ciao, Bella.
Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, I mean that Mask toys. They passed me by. I were phasing out by the time they came along, really. And it was I had cousins that had them, and I always felt with Mask that the concept and the idea was good, but they just felt like they were made from really cheap materials, cheap plastic. They broke very easily.
Oh yeah.
But then again, when you look at other toys of the time, I'm going to mention Zoids. Yeah. As a kid, you used to rag and pull them about and play with them. And I'm really surprised that they didn't break as much as what really they should have done. Because I mean, I have Zoids now, and it's almost like handling them with kid gloves. Because it's just like
yeah.
Because I'm scared.
It's with Micronauts, isn't it? I mean, they were shocking quality.
So, sorry, were you going to say something, Andy?
No, I was just going to say. I mean, I had I like the look of things like the Thunderhawk and stuff from Mask, and the was it Venom? What was it? What was the helicopter jet switchover one called?
Venom.
Venom. It was Venom, wasn't it? Yeah, that I quite like. But I've seen that in shops since, and I thought I'm going.
Not Switchblade. It was Switchblade. Wait, the Venom Switchblade. Venom Switchblade, was it, or something? Or
maybe the pilot was Venom.
Switchblade is the
Switchblade is the big blue one with the pink windscreen. It goes from a helicopter to a jet.
Yeah.
Well, no, that we were Miles Mayhem that
Miles Mayhem, yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed the cartoon of it, and I did have friends who had it, but I never had it. I'm trying to think of the entire line that I didn't have anything of that I was interested in. I don't know.
I think for me it'd be the Diaclone cars, because I can remember going to toy shops as a young kid and seeing the Diaclone cars on the shelves, and then Transformers came out, and I still saw the Diaclone stuff on the shelves, but kind of dismissed them because I thought they were like copies of the Transformers. But
like GoBots
back in the day, but they're worth silly money now, the Diaclone stuff. They're more valuable than the Transformers, the Diaclone stuff now.
Yeah.
And so they should be.
Well, yeah.
They're older.
Actually, no, to be fair, I mean, they shouldn't be. It's just that they are. It's. I don't think.
Venom's the enemy.
What was that, Andy?
Yeah, Venom was the enemy.
Oh, that
so
was
Venom versus Mask, basically. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I agree with him. I never got any He-Man either, but then it didn't massively appeal to me. I think I prefer stuff that was more clearly science fiction-y. Somehow, I wasn't I think I wasn't a huge action figure collector. I think I was more an action vehicle kind of, sort of robot-y kind of. So Transformers, yes, definitely. Visionaries, I had a few figures of towards the end of my sort of Zoids, yes. But He-Man, no. Mask, no. I still watched cartoons, mind, but actually never Mask never sparked for me for some reason. I don't know quite why.
No.
Maybe because I was too into my Transformers at the time. Did they run at the same time?
Mask came, was it about 86, was it, Mask? 85, maybe 86?
86-ish, yeah. 86, 87, yeah.
And then Centurions would have been round about the same time.
Yeah.
Thundercats were like maybe late 85, early 86.
Again, you see, Thundercats never got any of the toys.
No. I never liked the scale. It was the scale that put me off.
Right.
Centurion. Well, I said that. I mean, like I said, I was phasing out by them, but like I say, they always felt too big and clunky. I do recall in '82 getting a He-Man figure, and it just stayed on its card, sealed on its card for months. Before I even opened it up. But something else I would have liked as a kid was the Omnibot and the Omnibot 2000.
Oh yeah.
But they were just too expensive. They were too expensive.
Oh, what were they?
They were radio controlled robots.
Ah.
They were quite big. They're quite big things. I mean, the Omnibot 2000 now, if you've got a boxed complete one of them, they go for good money to them. They're quite expensive. But yeah, so lots of
go on what you said before about the scale. Like 3 3/4 was the winning scale. So to have figures that were bigger and clunkier, and it's like, yeah, I agree with you there. It's like there were some lines that I didn't get into because it wasn't the Star Wars scale, and then 3 3/4 winner. There is one toy line that I'm going to start getting into once I've got some more droids and Ewoks in my collection. Is the Lone Ranger 3 3/4 made by Gabriel. That's a 3 3/4 line, and it's only 5 figures in the whole line. 5 figures and 3 horses and a playset. That's it. That's the entire line. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm do it, and I'm like, that's at 5 POA. It's it's very rudimentary sort of stuff, and I've never heard of the company Gabriel, and I've looked into it, and I'm like, I must collect these. They're not overly expensive. There's like General George Custer and Wild Bill Cody and Tonto and Lone Ranger and one other bloke and 3 horses.
Yeah.
And one of the horses' names is Smoke, and I'm like, interesting.
Oh, it's good. It's good that that's there, and it's not too expensive to collect. I mean, it's I think that is an issue for me. I think that because more and more people now are collecting or attempting to collect, it's artificially inflated the prices of stuff. I think a lot of vintage collectibles are far more expensive than what they've any right to be. It's
people think, oh, this must be worth a fortune, and it's not really. It's just that it's more desirable.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a shame because it limits what people can get, or what they want to go after. So it's, but it is what it is. Maybe one day the price, people will see cents and prices will start coming down on it. But possibly not.
You're listening, Gareth?
I hope prices do come down at some point. We'll start with the Hasbro stuff.
Landfill.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, of course, someone like Gareth would want the prices to come down in respect of him being a collector. It's being a collector, you want to get the stuff at a reasonable price. It's. But when you see stuff that is not at a reasonable price, but then again, you don't have to buy it. You can just leave
it, isn't it? Yeah.
And
that's what keeps the price up, though, because people think they do have to buy it, and then they do buy it.
Well, that's the thing, but it's also the other thing as well about people saying, "Oh, well, this is rare," and it's like it's not. It's not rare.
Yeah.
It's like I talk more intelligently from a Transformers point of view. There's lots of people that list vintage Transformers and say, "Oh, this is really rare," and it's like, well, no, it's not. It's rare that it comes up for sale, but it's not actually rare. There's loads of them. There's thousands of them about. It's just that they're in collections. So it's just it's not rare. It's just that it doesn't come up for sale very often.
Rare to you, yeah.
Yeah. So it artificially inflates the price.
Because as a non-Transformers person like I am, I hear G1 all the time. G1, it's a G1 Transformer, and they command money. I don't know why. Is there G2 not good enough, or?
No,
G1's the original.
They've kind of groups. Because Transformers has been a franchise that's kind of like spanned generations, if you will. You have jumping on points for different collectors. So you have the G1ers like myself that got them back in the day in '84. Then you have kids that were a bit younger that didn't come on until G2, which really G2 and G1 are fan terms, but G2 was adopted by Hasbro to market, which is essentially it's just recolors and repackages of the Generation 1 toys. Then after that,
to put it in terms that Mike would understand, a lot of other people would understand, your vintage Star Wars figures are 77 to 85.
Yeah.
Generation 1 is your vintage Transformers figures. And then
so that would
mini relaunch, and that's Generation 2.
Yeah, so your G1 would run from 84 to about 1991. Gotcha. And then you'd have your G2 very short-lived. Then you'd have your European exclusives and your UK exclusives. Then you would then start with your Beast Wars. And then after your Beast Wars, then you'd have Beast Machines and the Transmetals. Then you get to Car Robots, Transformers 2000. Yeah, so it all depends on your jumping on. Yeah. So it depends on your jumping on point, and it depends what you want to collect. But because G1 is like the originator of it, people tend to go more, like you have your G1 fans, and they treasure more the G1 stuff. But at the moment,
I've just thought of quite a decent comparison. G1 is your original Star Wars trilogy. G2 is your Ewoks movies and Ewoks cartoons. Beast Wars is your prequel trilogy.
It's all CGI and everything,
But Armada's having a bit of a resurgence at the moment. That's becoming popular. Is the Armada stuff?
The
the generation that grew up with Armada toys are now coming to the point where they've got disposable income. So they're now going and starting to buy the toys. So it's this
little guy is sort of very early G1, and then this guy is sort of the later G1 era where they started doing sort of roles that transformed into 3 things rather than just 2 things, and it just sort of evolves over time.
Yeah, that's your 86. 1986 is Springer.
Yeah,
and Brawn is 1984. But Brawn, the little green one he showed you, that's a repurpose of a micro change figure, which was made by Takara. Hence, if you look at his bonnet, there's a little M symbol on the black section on the bonnet there. And it's an old micro change figure. And then Springer is a new design from Hasbro, which was brought out in 86 for the movie, for the Transformers movie. And
you got quite a desirable figure right there in his hand.
It's what, sorry?
He's got a very desirable figure in his hand there. That one that he's holding.
It's a bit busted.
The desirable in as much as if you want the character and you like the character. I mean, there's a lot of them about, in varying conditions, so they're not difficult to pick up. But I mean, if you want something, if you want something sealed on a card, sealed on a card would be expensive. You know. Or if you want to go super expensive, then you'd be looking for something like the mini bots from Brazil or Argentina or Mexico. They command really high prices to them because the slight variations in colours and moulding and things like that. And obviously the card backs as well. There's differences on the card backs. So it's in fact, I'll show you an example.
Gaff wants to know if anybody has this Star Wars rocket firing Boba Fett from 79, something like that.
Yeah, I've got a box full.
He's minty, but his rocket firing doesn't fire.
I'll just quickly show. I'll quickly show you 3 examples here. So, just enlarges, Gareth.
Wow.
So that's the Brawn, but that's an El Greco. That's a Mexican. Sorry, not Mexican. Sorry, a Greek. That's a Greek issue of Brawn. It's got like a different face sculpt and colouring.
Yeah, so but it's interesting given that the card picture is the same as mine.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And it's got some really nice artwork on it. And then you've got this is a Mexican cliff jumper, and it's the red is slightly different to the actual Hasbro release. And then you've got a Mexican gears.
Look at that.
And again, like I say, it's just there's slight differences in the color variations on them. But yeah, those are the ones that. But of the mini bots, the most expensive ones are the Brazilian and Argentinian ones because they did like unique colors. Things like a white Bumble jumper or a blue Bumble jumper, a silver Bumblebee, things like that, and they do. People pay a lot of money for those. And it's very silly money, but.
It's the Pokemon principle.
And they want it,
Very nice collection, though.
He does have quite an extraordinary G1 Transformers collection, does Ed? William says he had a lot of Mego figures at one time, but lost them in a fire 30 years ago.
Oh no,
sad. That's
nasty.
In answer to the question that we were asked, Lobot threw a good one out there. You never had any Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
I've only seen those in the last couple of years. Never knew they existed, but I physically saw them, but didn't get any. Very, very shiny as
Star Wars license. It would have been interesting. Would it?
Would it?
Would it?
It's good or interesting bad? That's the question.
They still would have
turned them down and then tried to get every other license. Yes, that certainly did. And Mark came back briefly. Why isn't it? There we go. Airfix Eagles, Dr. War, and a good night all. Definitely going.
And the Airfix Eagles.
Was G2 after the movie? No, it was.
No, that's what I said.
It was much later than just the movie. Much later.
Oh, G2 came out in the early 90s. Really,
so about 5 years afterwards. About 5 years afterwards. Good night, Mark, and then he came back again. We don't sell things; we rehouse them. I like that.
But yeah. But anyway, if you'll excuse me, gents, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to bow out because I'm feeling quite tired. And
okay.
So
yeah.
Good night.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you all. You as well, Mike. Even though he's not there. So yeah, I've give you a follow and a subscribe and that, Mike. So looking forward to seeing some of your content.
I don't need the subscribers.
You don't need the subscribers.
I'm sure. Oh no, every little helps.
Mark's already answered the big one.
We've lost sound on Mike now, haven't we? I think.
Does anyone have?
How's that?
You're back again. You're back again.
Yeah.
I have to go too. My wife was calling me before. Sorry. I have to run.
Well, I think we're all about to get off tonight anyway. I'm just going through the last of the comments. That's about it. Thank you for joining us, Mike. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful.
Hope you can join us again.
Nice working with you again, Dr. Mike.
Excellent. Yeah. I've talked to Mark. It's usually in the chat. Yeah, it's a long time since we've been on a stream together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Far too long.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
don't do that. Those ones you do early in the morning, they're brilliant for me. Anytime he does a live stream and he's doing an auction and he's kicking off at 9 a.m., that for me is like 8 o'clock at night, and it's like, oh, perfect. Kids are in bed. I can watch an auction.
I'll keep it in mind.
He only does it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, we've nearly done 3 hours anyway.
We have, yes.
Again, we've nearly done 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think 2 for Mike.
And we're not doing time. Yeah. We've still got 11 watchers.
I know, we've not done bad tonight.
Thank you very much.
It's been very fluid. We've done well tonight.
Yeah, but no, it's been great talking to you, Mike.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you all.
Yeah. And you.
And you.
Definitely. And thanks, Mark, again for joining us.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you know.
You know, the one with the grey hair.
I've got to help my mates out, haven't I?
Well, it's nice of you. It's very kind of you to join us. Are you going to join us again?
Well, your people talk to my people, and we'll sort it out.
Oh, just Gap's off. I think Gap's going.
He's getting his see you later before we go.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your Gap?
Yeah, Gap. This is just for you, Gap. There you go.
Spectrum! You've got far too many Spectrums.
I don't have. How dare you accuse me of having more too many Spectrums?
You have.
I'd like just one.
You've got almost as many Spectrums as I've got Daleks.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4. I may have a few.
Yeah. Into double digits.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, thank you all for joining me. It's been wonderful. Yep. I've really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Thank you,
guys.
At
least somebody else.
And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully
everyone can join us.
Yep.
Oh, there's still people commenting. Oh, good night. Good night.
No.
Hello, Bot.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Take care.
See you later.
It's good night for us. It's good night for him.
Where is it? I'm going to pop this on, actually.
Cosmic Council. The sight and sound of collecting.